I'm gonna give this a minute just to make sure that we're going. It looks like we are in business. We are alive. Okay, I've returned with Dragon Age. Last time we traded Sir Gilmore Goodboy for the actual good boy of the game, Barkspawn. Before I do anything else at the moment, I kinda want to look at the Codex real quick because I would like to pay attention to the lore this time around. This is clearly not a challenge run. This is a get the story and the characters and the lore and get out kind of dealio. And unfortunately enough, I don't usually read the Codex, but I'd like to change that. I like to get educated before the new game. So I think I am actually going to read these. If I let these build up, I'm going to have to do a 3-hour-long Codex stream, which I don't think is in anyone's best interest. So I'm going to start the stream with Codex ASMR, I suppose. Alright, and number one, the most important topic in the world is dogs. So, on the Mabari Warhound. Dogs are an essential part of Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is as old as myth, said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognized instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen, and the sight and sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling has been known to cause panic among even the most hardened infantry soldiers. Now, I'm probably not actually going to use Barkspawn for very long, but I'm sure he is going to serve his purpose marvelously. Although in his case, his purpose may be more getting pats than killing things. Rats. We have a whole section on rats. What are you, mad? Even the most giant of rats isn't going to present that much of a problem to anyone larger than a cat. Even the stories in the archives that tell of blight-touched rats still only attribute them with the ability to spread the plague. The rats themselves got no larger than perhaps 3 feet in length, covered in sharp bony spikes and boils. Disturbing, certainly, but dangerous. This is no fantasy conjured by madmen, young man. You have much more important creatures to concern yourself with. Transcript of a lecture given by Nalia, senior enchanter of Hosburg, 844 blessed. Note, she was later eaten by a blight rat in 846 blessed. I do enjoy a little dose of irony here and there. Alright, and then this magic and religion bit is actually quite important for the uninformed if you know anything about the future games. So this is the long one. It's probably something I need to pay attention to and actually learn about instead of just passively absorbing. Andraste, bride of the Maker. There was once a tiny fishing village on the waking sea that was set upon by the Tevinter Imperium, which enslaved the villagers to be sold in the markets of Minrathous, leaving behind only the old and the infirm. One of the captives was the child Andraste. She was raised in slavery in a foreign land. She escaped, then made the long and treacherous journey back to her homeland alone. She rose from nothing to be the wife of an Alamari warlord. Each day she sang to the gods, asking them to help her people who remained slaves in Tevinter. The false gods of the mountains and the winds did not answer her, but the true God did. The Maker spoke. He showed her all the works of his hands, the Fade, the world, and all the creatures therein. He showed her how men had forgotten him, lavishing devotion upon mute idols and demons, and how he had left them to their fate. But her voice had reached him, and so captivated him that he offered her a place at his side, that she might rule all of creation. But Andraste would not forsake her people. She begged the Maker to return, to save his children from the cruelty of the Imperium. Reluctantly, the Maker agreed to give man another chance. Andraste went back to her husband, Malfarath, and told him all that the Maker had revealed to her. Together they rallied the Alamari and marched forth against the mage lords of the Imperium, and the Maker was with them. The Maker's sword was creation itself, fire and flood, famine and earthquake. Everywhere they went, Andraste sang to the people of the Maker, and they heard her. The ranks of Andraste's followers grew until they were a vast tide washing over the Imperium. And when Mafaroth saw that the people loved Andraste and not him, a worm grew within his heart, gnawing upon it. At last the armies of Andraste and Mafaroth stood before the very gates of Minrathos, but Andraste was not with them, for Mafaroth had schemed in secret to hand Andraste over to the Tevinter. For this the Archon would give Mafaroth all the lands to the south of the Waking Sea. And so, before all the armies of the Alamari and of Tevinter, Andraste was tied to a stake and burned, while her earthly husband turned his armies aside and did nothing, for his heart had been devoured. But as he watched the pyre, the Archon softened. He took pity on Andraste, and drew his sword, and granted her the mercy of a quick death. The Maker wept for his beloved, cursed Mafaroth, cursed mankind for their betrayal, and turned once again from creation, taking only Andraste with him. And Our Lady sits still at his side, where she still urges him to take pity on his children. From the sermons of Justinia II. I don't know how many spoilers I wanna give away, but reading this stuff about the Fade, knowing what we know now, woof. I'm gonna leave that for later though. Alright, we get to the chance of light. It's you know, I've been listening to some soundtracks from the third game, and a lot of them are named after this. So this is important. This is important too, believe it or not. The Chant of Light, the Blight. No matter their power, their triumphs, the mage lords of Tevinter were men and doomed to die. Then a voice whispered within their hearts, "Shall you surrender your power to time like the beasts of the fields? You are the lords of the earth. Go forth to claim the empty throne of heaven and be gods." In secret they worked, magic upon magic. All their power and all their vanity they turned against the veil, until at last it gave way. Above them a river of light, before them the throne of heaven, waiting beneath their feet, the footprints of the Maker, and all around them echoed a vast silence. But when they took a single step toward the empty throne, a great voice cried out, shaking the very foundations of heaven and earth. And so is the golden city blackened, with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven, and doom upon all the world. Violently were they cast down, for no mortal may walk bodily in the realm of dreams, bearing the mark of their crime, bodies so maimed and distorted that none should see them and know them for men. Deep into the earth they fled, away from the light. In darkness eternal they searched for those who had goaded them on, until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer, the sleeping dragon Dumat. Their taint twisted even the false god, and the whisperer awoke at last in pain and horror, and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world, the first blight. From Threnodies 8. I get the feeling there's more going on with the blight than we are actually aware of, even currently in the game, let alone in Origins. But I couldn't begin to guess what it is. Alright, we have the commandments of the Maker. Is this where the magic stuff is? Aha! This is also gonna be super relevant. These truths the Maker has revealed to me. As there is but one world, one life, one death, there is but one God, and he is our Maker. They are sinners who have given their love to false gods. Magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him. Foul and corrupt are they who have taken his gift and turned it against his children. They shall be named Maleficar, accursed ones. They shall find no rest in this world or beyond. All men are the work of our Maker's hands, from the lowest slaves to the highest kings. Those who bring harm without provocation to the least of his children are hated and accursed by the Maker. Those who bear false witness and work to deceive others, know this, there is but one truth. And all things are known to our Maker, and he shall judge their lies. All things in this world are finite. What one man gains, another has lost. Those who steal from their brothers and sisters do harm to their livelihood and to their peace of mind. Our Maker sees this with a heavy heart. Transfigurations 1:1-5. Hopefully I'm reading those quotations properly. I wasn't raised in a chantry. And this is another long one. The Maker. There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or sky. All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, the first word, and his word became all that might be. Dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities, and from it made his firstborn. And he said to them, in my image I forge you, to you I give dominion over all that exists, by your will may all things be done. Then in the center of heaven he called forth a city with towers of gold, streets with music for cobblestones, and banners which flew without wind. There he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. The children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne and sang hymns of praise unending. But their songs were the songs of the cobblestones. They shone with the golden light reflected from the Maker's throne. They held forth the banners that flew on their own. And the voice of the Maker shook the fade, saying, in my image I have wrought my firstborn. You have been given dominion over all that exists. By your will all things are done. Yet you do nothing. The realm I have given you is formless, ever-changing. And he knew he had wrought amiss. So the Maker turned from his firstborn, and took from the fade a measure of its living flesh, and placed it apart from the spirits, and spoke to it, saying, here I decree opposition in all things, for earth, sky, for winter, summer, for darkness, light. By my will alone is balance sundered, and the world given new life. And no longer was it formless, ever-changing, but held fast, immutable, with words for heaven and for earth, sea and sky. At last did the Maker from the living world make man, immutable as the substance of the earth, with souls made of dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. Then the Maker said, to you, my second-born, I grant this gift. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame, all-consuming and never satisfied. From the fade I crafted you, and to the fade you shall return, each night in dreams that you may always remember me. And then the Maker sealed the gates of the golden city, and there he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. Trinities 5:1-8. That's that sure is one version of what went down, I'm sure. Culture and history. I don't know if this one's going to be quite as relevant as all the Maker stuff, but we'll find out. History of Ferelden, Chapter 1. Ferelden, as we think of it now, did not exist before the Exalted Age. Instead, the valley was divided up into dozens of old Alamari clans. They warred constantly with one another over land, honor, the allegiance of the freeholders, and on one notable occasion, the name given to a favorite Mabari. And then in the 33rd year of the Exalted Age, Calenhad Thayrin became Turn of Denerim, and everything changed. Most of what we know about the founding of our nation comes from old songs that the bards passed down through the ages. The songs are filled with wild exaggerations and outright lies, but this hardly differs from the scholarly papers of some of my contemporaries. There is no agreement among poets or scholars on how he did it, but Calenhad gained the support of the Circle of Magi, and they crafted for him a suit of silvery white armor that, by all accounts, repelled both arrow and blade. Calenhad led his army across the valley and captured Redcliffe, one of only 3 men who ever successfully laid siege to that fortress, and presented himself to the bands of the Landsmeet as their king. The poets tell us that every lord knelt before Calenhad without question. The fact that he attended the Landsmeet surrounded by ash warriors and loyal mages of the Circle is generally omitted from the ballads, however. From Calenhad came the line of Thayrin kings and queens who reigned uninterrupted until the 44th year of the Blessed Age. When the Orlesian invasion came, the rightful king was forced to flee Denerim, and for 70 years a puppet sat upon the throne. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Petrine Chantry Scholar. And then this Thayrin name, this is immediately relevant and important, you know, for the uninformed. Note, making a note in my book here. Chapter 2. The occupation was a dark blot on Ferelden's history. Our people, who from time immemorial valued their freedom over all else, were forced to bow to Orlesian rule. The Empire declared our elves property and sold them like cattle. Chevaliers routinely plundered freeholds of coin, food, and even women and children, and excused it as taxation. And for 70 years no landsmeets were held, for the imperial throne had declared our ancient laws a form of treason. King Brandel was one of those who escaped. He tried to organize the other fugitive lords to retake their land, but Brandel was neither clever nor persuasive, and the nobles preferred to take their chances alone. Ferelden might still be little more than a territory of the Empire were it not for the fact that his daughter had all the charisma that her royal father lacked. The rebel queen's rule began with a midnight attack on the Imperial armory at Lothering. It was swift and successful, and with their pilfered arms, the rebels began a campaign against the Orlesians in earnest. But the turning point of the war came when a young freeholder joined the Queen's army. The lad Loghain MacTair possessed a remarkable talent for strategy and quickly became the favorite advisor of young Prince Merrick. The Queen finally died at the hands of Orlesian sympathizers anxious to curry favor with their painted masters, and Merrick took her place as the leader of the rebellion. Loghain became Merrick's right hand. Merrick and Loghain led the rebels in a new campaign against their Orlesian oppressors, culminating in the Battle of Riverdane, where the last Chevaliers in Denerim were crushed. With the capital once more in the hands of Fereldans, the battle to free our people was finally over. But the battle to rebuild what had been lost had only just begun. Again, from Ferelden Folklore and History by Sister Petrin and Chantry Scholar. What an impressive lady she was to be this on the up and up about history. And I am definitely going to need some hydration to get through this. Woof. Okay. We're almost there. Is this? And then a couple of character ones and we're good to go. Hi, culture of Ferelden. The Fereldans are a puzzle. As a people, they are one bad day away from reverting to barbarism. They repelled invasions from Tevinter during the height of the Imperium with nothing but dogs and their own obstinate disposition. They are the coarse, willful, dirty, disorganized people who somehow gave rise to our prophet, ushered in an era of enlightenment, and toppled the greatest empire in history. There are few things you can assume safely in dealing with these people. First, they value loyalty above all else, beyond wealth, beyond power, beyond reason. Second, although they have nothing in their entire country which you are likely to think at all remarkable, they are extremely proud of their accomplishments. Third, if you insult their dogs, they are likely to declare war. And finally, the surest sign that you have underestimated the Fereldans is that you think you have come to understand them. Empress Céline I of Orlais, in a letter to her newly appointed ambassador to Denerim. Well, that sure is a glowing evaluation of Fereldans. I appreciate, for one, that they really like their dogs. I think that is the mark of a great nation. Ah, speaking of dogs in Ferelden. I am frequently asked during my travels in other lands to explain the dogs omnipresent in Ferelden. Inevitably, I tell my foreign questioners that there are no more dogs in my homeland than in their own. In every civilized corner of Thedas, an astute observer will notice dogs employed in hunting game, keeping barns and storehouses free of vermin, herding livestock, guarding homes, and even used as beasts of burden in the mountains. It is simply that Fereldans show appreciation for the work that our dogs do, and perhaps the reason for that is tangled up in mythology. Hafter, the first man to be named Tern, the hero who united our Alamari ancestors to drive back the darkspawn of the Second Blight, was reputed to be the son of a werewolf. Now perhaps this was meant to be some comment on his temperament, or simply a way of making a great man even larger than life. But more than half the noble families of Ferelden claim to be descendants of Hafter, and consequently many of our people believe they have some distant kinship with wolves. It is only good manners to be polite to one's kin. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar, by Brother Genitivi. This is another actually important name here in the citations. I'm going to close this pop-up because it's been in the corner of my eye this whole time. Alright, Geography of Ferelden, which looks mercifully short. The Kingdom of Ferelden is the southernmost civilized nation in Thedas, although some scholars dispute that claim to civilization. It is perhaps the most physically isolated of all the kingdoms of Thedas. To the east is the Amaranthine Ocean, to the north the Waking Sea, and to the south the Korkari Wilds, which in the summer months are a vast peat bog, and in the winter become a treacherous labyrinth of iced-over waterways. The Frostback Mountains guard the western border, and only a narrow plain between the mountains and the sea allows travel between Ferelden and Orlais. Most of the land in the central portion of the kingdom, called the Banorn, is open plains. These are crossed by the remnants of an ancient Tevinter highway that once connected Valroya with Ostagar, on the edge of the Korkari Wilds. The western part of Ferelden is dominated by Lake Calenhad, a huge caldera filled by the runoff of glaciers from nearby mountains. Lake Calenhad is home to the famed fortress of Redcliffe, as well as the Circle Tower, which houses Ferelden's Circle of Magi. In the east is the vast Brisilian Forest, which the superstitious locals profess to be haunted, and from which rises the Dragon's Peak, a solitary mountain that guards the capital city of Denerim. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi. And you know, one of the cool things about reading all this is you get to learn about a bunch of the places that you're actually gonna go in advance. Foreshadowing! Yay! However, this is where we are currently, I believe. Castle, however, has stood since the Divine Age, when it was not an independent Banorn, but merely an outpost of the growing Banorn of Amaranthine, in the days before Amaranthine became an Arling itself. The outpost of However was originally held by the Elston family, cousins of the Howes. In the Age of Towers, however, Ban Conabar Elston was murdered by his wife Flemeth, thus ending the bloodline. Conabar's captain of the guard, Sarim Cousland, took the lands and title. The Couslands declared their independence from Amaranthine, starting a war that lasted 30 years. When the dust settled, However was on its own, and in possession of half the land that had once been southwestern Amaranthine. However became a tyranner during the Black Age, when Haelia Cousland gathered the lords together under her banner to drive the werewolves out of their lands, earning herself the title of Turna almost as an afterthought. However, it's not however, it's today, however, haha, is one of only 2 remaining Turners, making the Cousland family second in rank, only to the king. From Ferelden, Folklore and History, by Sister Petrin. Sister Petrin strikes again, Chantry Scholar. I don't, is this the Flemeth? Is this the important Flemeth? Are there other Flemeths in this universe that I'm unaware of? This makes me suspicious. But okay, onward, off we go. Nothing to see here. The noble families of Ferelden. The occupation left empty castles in its wake. Whole families were butchered in the initial invasion, and all those who couldn't or wouldn't bend knee to the Emperor's puppet king were declared traitors and hunted. Many bloodlines ended on Chevalier's blades, at dusty crossroads, in forest clearings, or in freeholds. And then there were the turncoats. To curry favor with their new masters, some nobles took up arms against their brothers. They betrayed and murdered the rebel queen, an act that created even more vacant titles and lands, once Merrick exacted justice. King Merrick, I should say, gotta give him the proper respect here. That Ferelden did not fall apart after the Orlesians left is a testament to the strength of King Merrick. The old family still held grudges against those who had sided with the Emperor, and those new families that had been granted titles were viewed as interlopers. The landsmeets that followed Merrick's coronation were tense, to say the least. From Ferelden Folklore and History by Sister Petrin, a very, very well-learned Chantry Scholar. I was about to miss it. The Grey Wardens. This is probably an important one. Haha. We should probably pay attention here. The first blight had already raged for 90 years. The world was in chaos. A god had risen, twisted and corrupted. The remaining gods of Tevinter were silent, withdrawn. What writing we have recovered from these times is filled with despair, for everyone believed, from the greatest archons to the lowliest slaves, that the world was coming to an end. At Weishaupt Fortress in the desolate Anderfels, a meeting transpired. Soldiers of the Imperium, seasoned veterans who had known nothing their entire lifetimes except hopeless war, came together. When they left Weishaupt, they had renounced their oaths to the Imperium. They were soldiers no longer. They were the Grey Wardens. The Wardens began an aggressive campaign against the Blight, striking back against the Darkspawn, reclaiming lands given up for lost. The Blight was far from over, but their victories brought notice, and soon they received aid from every nation in Thedas. They grew in number as well as reputation. Finally, in the year 992 of the Tevinter Imperium, upon the Silent Plains, they met the Archdemon Dumat in battle. A third of all the armies of northern Thedas were lost to the fighting, but Dumat fell and the Darkspawn fled back underground. Even that was not the end. The Imperium once revered 7 gods: Dumat, Zazikel, Toth, Andoril, Razikael, Lusican, and Earthamiel. 4 have risen as archdemons. The Grey Wardens have kept watch through the ages, well aware that peace is fleeting, and that their war continues until the last of the dragon gods is gone. Again, from the esteemed Sister Petrine. What an interesting assumption to assume that it will end when the last of the dragon gods is gone. Alright, we're gonna do how first. Because that's the one I clicked on, and you know, he is arguably one of the most interesting people at this point. It will be good to ride into battle once more, won't it, old friend? The Arling of Amaranthine winds along the sinuous northeastern coast of Ferelden. The waking sea is known for its temper, and the storms that sweep in from the warmer northern waters are sudden and brutal. These are the lands of Rendon Howe. He was born during the occupation, and like many of the nobles at the time, joined Prince Merrick's rebels. He fought alongside young Bryce Cousland, future Turn of Highever, and Leonis Bryland, future Arl of Southreach, at the bloody Battle of Right River. It was the most catastrophic defeat of the entire occupation, from which only 50 rebel soldiers escaped alive. Although he was decorated for valor by King Merrick, Howe's abrasive manners have earned him almost universal dislike among his peers. Which goes to show just how nice our dad is for, you know, being BFFs with this fella. Alright, Duncan! Duncan's a good boy too! Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings, the Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. Like many others, Duncan gave up his family name when he joined the ranks of the Wardens, a symbolic gesture of cutting ties. He might say this was a convenience in his case, however. His mother was from the Anderfells, his father from Tevinter. His childhood was spent in the free marches and Orlais. His people were everywhere, and his homeland was nowhere. He was given the almost impossible task of leading the Wardens in Ferelden, a kingdom that had thrown the Order out 200 years earlier. Facing local suspicion and hostility, he set about finding recruits. Oh, and then Barkspawn. And look, Barkspawn has an entry. The Mabari is clever enough to speak, and wise enough to know not to. Ferelden proverb. Alyssa's Warhound has a pedigree older than Highever, and a penchant for driving Kex to distraction. Truly, that is the best description you could possibly give for that dog. And I am not actually going to read out the controls. Good gracious, that is too much for me. Codex successfully conquered. It only took goodness knows how long. And, well, you know, one water break. It's manageable. I should probably do that as I get them, and not let them build up into some towering stack of books. Mom, I did the thing.
So, you managed to solve Nan's dog issues?
Yeah.
I'll take that as a yes. Good work, darling. Now you should say goodbye to Fergus before he leaves, don't you think?
Yeah, I should. Oh wait, hold on. I want to ask, did you know there's a Grey Warden, Mom?
Yes, your father mentioned that. You haven't got it into your head that you want to be recruited.
Maybe. Would that be so bad?
There's enough here at the castle to occupy you. I don't need you off chasing danger like your brother.
Ah yes, there's gonna be so much at the castle to occupy me. You are so correct, darling mother. Why can't I go with Father and Fergus?
I know it's difficult to stay in the castle and watch others ride off, but we must see to our duties first. You understand that, don't you?
What if they fall without me?
It's in the Maker's hands now, and we must cope as best we can.
Fair enough. Are you staying, Mom? Mom, are you gonna be with me?
For a few days. Then I'll travel with Lady Landra to her estate and keep her company for a time. Your father thinks my presence here might undermine your authority.
Aww. No, I don't. That's fine. I guess you can leave if you wanna. But what if I want you to stay?
Don't worry, my dear. It won't be long.
Oh, that's reassuring of you. Where's my bro? What's he up to?
If he's not out with his men, probably upstairs with Oriana.
Pretty sure I've heard that 5 times by now, but you know, I gotta ask. It's a question. I have a bad feeling about all of this, for no reason in particular.
As do I. Your father and brother are marching off to fight Maker knows what. All the assurances in the world don't comfort me, but it wouldn't help for us to take up arms and follow. Fergus and your father have their duty, and we have ours.
Well, that seems like a very practical way of viewing the situation. Good on you, Mom.
I love you, my darling girl. You know that, don't you?
Yep, I do. I do.
Go do what you must then. I will see you soon.
Everything here bodes well. Can I talk to you again?
You should say goodbye to Fergus while you have the chance.
Okay, yeah. You're right. I just,
I will see you soon.
wanted to see what else you would say. Don't mind me. There's another door, and look at that. It's locked. Just think of all the assorted garbage and peanuts worth of EXP that I'm missing. I shouldn't really. Alright, locked? Locked. Gotcha. Guess we're going this way. Alright, that's where we're supposed to go. This is the way we're not supposed to go, and it's not locked. Pretty sure this is my room. Nothing of note. And I'm pretty sure this is Mother's room. Of course, locked. Alright. We have exhausted all our other options. I will reluctantly do what I am supposed to do.
Is there really going to be a war, Papa? Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword, Oren. And I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little sister to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well.
No darkspawn could harm Fergus. Yes, that seems like a good answer. Confidence.
He is as mortal as anyone, despite his refusal to believe.
Now, love, no need to be grim.
And his wife is reasonable. A valuable quality to have. Did you know there's a Grey Warden in the castle? I gotta tell everyone. I am just so eager to spill this information.
Really? Was he riding a griffin?
Shh, Oren. Griffins only exist in stories now.
I'd heard that. Did he say why he's come?
He's looking for recruits. He's gonna test Sir Gilmore, who deserves it.
Good for him. I hope he makes it. If I were a Grey Warden, though, I'd have my eye on you. Not that Father would ever allow it.
He does have his eye on me. Listen, an astute perspective you've got going there. Do you really think the war will be over quickly?
Word from the south is that the battles have gone well. There's no evidence that this is a true blight, just a large raid.
Could that be true?
I'll see for myself soon enough. Pray for me, love, and I'll be back within a month or two.
You'll be missed, brother. That seems like the kind, caring, sibling-y thing to say.
If it's any consolation, I'm sure I'll freeze in the southern rain and be completely jealous of you up here, warm and safe.
I am positively thrilled that you will be so miserable, husband.
Don't worry, we will definitely be warm and safe up here. Yep. I sure wish I could go with you. Man, imagine what that would do.
I wish you could come. It'll be tiring killing all those darkspawn myself.
In Antiva, a woman fighting in battle would be unthinkable.
Is that so? I always heard Antivan women were quite dangerous.
With kindness and poison only, my husband.
This from the woman who serves me my tea.
Ah, she's Antivan. This is good taste. Fergus and I have certain similar inclinations. Good for him.
Then the Isle's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway. So many darkspawn to behead, so little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
You could have delivered your message yourself, Alla. I mean, he could have. A good shield would be more useful. That seems perhaps excessively pragmatic. Fergus would be fine. I mean, gonna be more fine than a lot of other people. You could have done it yourself, Dad. I'm gonna be lazy.
And miss having both my children in one place before I leave? Not likely.
The Maker sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
Fergus, you would say this in front of your mother?
What's a wench? Is that what you pull on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Orin. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, maker's breath. It's like living with a pair of small boys. Thankfully, I have a daughter.
I'll miss you, Mother dear. You'll take care of her, sister, won't you?
Mother can handle herself, always has. Let's back up Ma in this case.
It's true. They should be sending her, not me. She would scold those darkspawn back into the deep roads.
Well, I'm glad you find this so funny.
Enough, enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
Ah yes, the castle management sim begins tomorrow, surely. I gotta talk to y'all again.
You should be on your way, pup. Long day ahead tomorrow.
It is definitely a long day. Hey, about the Grey Warden though.
Ah, I was wondering how long this would take. Has he asked to recruit you?
I was just wondering about him.
If a blight is truly upon us in the south, then Grey Wardens will be needed. There is no higher calling. If it comes to that, we can talk about it when I get back. Until then, just show him every courtesy. Duncan is a fine man. And a hero. I know that you'll do me proud. You've grown into a sensible woman. That much is clear.
Roger that, Pa. I sure am a sensible lady. Hey, Mom.
Let's do as your father says, darling. I will see you in the morning, bright and early.
You know, sometimes people do say things that are correct.
Getting sent to bed early, are we?
Have fun on the long march, in the cold.
A warm bed doesn't sound so bad now, come to think of it. At any rate, I'll miss you. Take care of everyone, and be here when I get back.
I'll be alive when you get back. Not much I can do.
If you should need any assistance in the coming days, I would be glad to offer it.
That's awfully generous of you, madame.
Mama says you're going to be watching over us while Papa is gone. Is that true, Auntie?
I'm gonna do my best.
What if the castle is attacked? Will there be dragons?
Dragons are terrible creatures, Orin. They eat people.
Yeah, I want to see one.
This is your influence, Fergus.
What? I didn't say anything.
Are you going to teach me to use a sword, Auntie? Then I can fight evil too. Take that, dire bunny. Oh, darkspawn, fear my sword of truthiness.
Truthiness. What a word.
We're teaching him about honesty.
Don't worry, son. You'll get to see a sword up close real soon. I promise.
Oh, the irony. They're teaching him about honesty. You'll get to see a sword up close real soon. I promise. It's just this whole segment just oozes the irony. And so it begins. You know, at least Barkspawn's got my back. What's wrong? It doesn't sound like Rat Warden. I don't know how you'd reach that conclusion.
My lady, help me! The castle is under attack!
I wish I could have, man. I would have helped you. Okay. Okay, first matter of business is to get dressed, instantaneously. This is important. And this. And this. This thing. Aha! And then, you know, I've never done weapon sets before, but is that how you're supposed to use them? I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna start pressing buttons and clicking on things. Alright, easy peasy, 1, 2, 3, easy. I have a dog with me. There's not actually anything to worry about, I'm sure. And I need to make sure I'm actually paying attention to my buttons when they're up. Excuse me. I forget that there's 4 of them. And I need you to, like, die, sir. Thank you. I see my dog losing health, and this pleases me. I think everyone else is dead on the floor, actually. Starting now.
Darling, I heard fighting outside and I feared the worst. Are you hurt?
Nope. I just leveled up, Mom. I am A-okay.
A scream woke me up. There were men in the hall, so I barred the door. Did you see their shields? Those are Howl's men. Why would they attack us?
Because he's a traitor, probably. Or, I guess, maybe you want to find Howe and ask him. This does seem like this is a reasonable course of action.
If Howe is behind this, I'll cut his lying throat myself.
Well, violent.
Have you seen your father? He never came to bed.
Oh no. I sure haven't.
We must find him.
Okie doke. Can you handle a weapon, mother?
I am no Orlesian wallflower. Give me a sword and I'll use it. Now let's go.
No Orlesian wallflower, she says.
Perhaps we can salvage some things here, darling. Some of your father's belongings are in that trunk.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna loot the place and then we're gonna go check on everybody else because that's what we do. And it's locked. I will never know what is in here. Okay. Levels. This is gonna be kind of important. I probably wanna do, I think it's just strength and dex, and then cunning when I need it for the persuasion. And that's about it. Alright, this is a passive. I should probably just get the passives first. I don't know, for fewer buttons to contend with. Hey, and then I gotta loot the corpses, Mom.
It shall be done.
Everyone else, just hold on.
It is begun.
Half a second. I'm extremely worried right now, but I have my priorities straight. I see sparkles.
Very well.
Aha, money. Okay. Now we can go check on my relatives.
No! My little Oren. What manner of fiend slaughters innocents?
I don't usually click this, but I think if I remember correctly, I like her response to "Don't look, mother."
Oh, I'll look. I'll remember this day when Hal dies screaming like the dog he is.
Oh,
poor
wow.
Focus. Let's go. I don't want to see this.
You'll remember it when Hal dies screaming like the dog he is. Hey, that's kind of metal. I'm kind of a fan of that. Alright, nothing to loot in here. Rip F in the chat for both of you. I'm very sorry about this. Did I equip Mother with anything? No, I didn't. I should do that. I guess you can't use a great sword. That's fine. Alright, go Mom. And I forgot to level up Arc Spawn. That's fine. Everything's fine. If I close the door, does that make it harder for that particular archer? Aha, you had to open it? Alright. Easy peasy. Now we need to attend to this. I guess I don't know what to do with bark spawn. I have it on good authority that Constitution just isn't a stat that you should put points into, so I assume Dexterity works for the dog as well. I could be wildly incorrect though. Goodness knows. Just like I could get wildly lost. Oop, there she is.
I'm so sorry. If she hadn't come to me, if she hadn't been here.
Don't worry about it, Mom. I don't suppose you can
I'll go.
unlock the box. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I still love you. I don't blame you. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Doesn't bother me at all.
Can you hear the fighting? Hal's men must be everywhere.
How can we get out of the castle? That seems like it should be the priority here.
The servants' passage leads out from the larder. But we must find your father first. The front gates. That's where your father must be.
Is there nothing else we can do?
I have my treasury key. We could go there first and take the Cousland sword from the vault. If anything is worth fighting to keep out of Hal's hands, it's that sword. But it may be a dangerous path.
That sounds fine by me. I would like a sword. What if Father isn't at the front gates, though? This is a question.
Listen, darling. We haven't much time. If we can't find your father, you must get out of here alive. Without you and Fergus, the entire Cousland line dies here. If Hal's men are inside, they must already control the castle. We must use the servants' entry in the larder to escape. Do you hear me?
I hear you.
Then let us be swift.
Okie doke. Okay, first order of business is gonna be that treasury, because I use swords.
As you say.
I would like swords. You know, I'm pretty sure there's a mod for like not displaying the helmets that I don't have, so this may be a helmetless playthrough. Otherwise, I'd equip it, but oh well. Look at the chessboard. Aw, this would have been a nice place to chill one day.
The castle has fallen! I'm getting out of here!
Honestly, he should leave. Go, man. Save yourself. I don't want to convince him to stay. He's gonna die.
Ah! Here they come! They're right behind me!
Oop, okay.
Shall be done.
Alright, and then over here. Oh wait, hold on. Oh. I don't know if I could have saved that one, but too late now. There sure are a lot of them. Alright, there goes one, there goes two. I'm sorry that I have to do this to you. We love our dogs. But I can't stand for this. Farewell, and it just kind of flops over and starts bleeding. I'm sorry. It had to be done. That's the rebel guy. You know, that's an awfully productive piece of rubble. Thanks for the health potion. Look at that blood. Oh yeah. Okay, I think there's people in here.
Go around.
And I guess the guy in the back is just kind of hanging out. Works for me. Don't mind me.
I shall do it.
Alright. Bonk. And aha, he has awoken from his slumber and realized that his friends are in dire need of assistance. Good for him. That was unnecessary, but I sure did just end a shield bash on that. The fighting music is kind of loud. I don't know if that's going to be a problem. Can I get into this? No. It's worth trying anyways.
done.
You never know.
Very well.
Maybe I have a key in my pockets that I just don't know about. Oh, hello. Missed! I don't want to hear that. I want you to hit, baby girl. I interrupted. That's what we like to see. Good job, dog. Let's just chicken foot around each other for a bit till everyone gets in position. Alright.
It is begun.
Metal shard. Oh, something
I shall do it.
sparkling. We gotta grab all the coppers. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, it's over here. I was like, wait 1 second. Where are they coming from? Okay, the rogue is actually probably the most problematic. I'm not paying attention to my health. I don't think I need to, really. I think I'll be fine. Pretty sure I'll be fine. Sure do hear unpleasant noises. Don't run away, fool. Where do you think you're going?
I shall do it.
Alright, problem solved. Fixed, even. Okay, are there any sparklies? There's a sparkly. Yep. I desire absolutely everything you have in your pockets, good sir. Oh.
You will be avenged, old sage. I swear it.
Ah, yes, the tutor with the little bit of an attitude. I remember him. Is there anyone in here? No. Oh, look. It's one of these. Maybe one day I'll do a rogue, but I always do this as a warrior. It just feels right.
We're getting close to the treasury. The Cousland family blade lies inside. Use that key I gave you. That blade cannot fall into Hal's hands.
Roger that, Mom. I am super duper happy to take that from him.
It is begun.
Gimme. I'm going to take everything that we have. Because, you know, the castle's gonna fall. I gotta claim my birthright. Obviously, this all belongs to me. Family sword. And it looks like it is just better. On all accounts. Give me this family sword. And give me the shield of Hayeva. Aha. Thanks, Mom. I'll remember you every time I swing this. Everyone in the doorway. That's the best spot to fight, obviously. Are you almost dead? You're closer to being dead. Oh, I didn't even need to do anything. Sorry, Barkspawn. I don't mean to get in your way here, but I am gonna get in your way a little bit. Alrighty. How's soldiers cleaned out? Loot begotten. Family loot begotten. I'm just making the rounds. Nobody mind me.
I shall do it.
Corpse? This is respectful, you see. I can't just leave them here wasting away with no purpose. I have to give their deaths meaning. And looting gives lots of things meaning. Ho ho, ho ho.
I pray that Mother Malal has escaped. They would not commit that sacrilege on top of everything else, would they?
I don't know, Mother. I feel like it's not promising.
More enemies ahead.
I'm gonna try to save these. If I can. This one's fine. Vengeance! Alright, we got 4 people. And a dog on that one guy, okay? Like, he should be dying. Okay. Mission accomplished. I don't see Mother Malol anywhere. So maybe she was one of the fortunate few. Who knows? Oh, hold on. There's more of them.
Very well.
I just came down this way, you fools.
Drive you from our land myself.
I really should be interrupting these archers. Run away from me. Ah yes, dirty fighting. Great thing to do when you're a rogue. Alright, I'm gonna bonk. Bonk. Okay, mission accomplished. Easy peasy 1, 2, 3 easy. I'm not sure if there's any others that I missed. I'm pretty sure the way around is blocked. I think that's about it as far as doorways go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got it. Into the middle room. And there's a mage. I really should target the mage. I'm a tank. I'm really hurting. Alright, get out of here, How Mage. Is that your whole identity? You're a How Mage. What a sad state of affairs. And you're half dead.
Go, man the gates.
He's
Keep
alive.
those bastards out as long as you can. Your ladyship, my lady, you're both alive. I was certain Howe's men had gotten through.
They did actually. We killed a bunch of them on our way over here.
They killed Oriana and Oren. I can't believe. Are you injured?
Don't worry about me, ladyship. Thank the Maker you two are unharmed. When I realized what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Howe's men out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly.
What if you came with us?
If I do that, you won't make it out before the gates fall. Please, go while you have the chance. When I last saw the Terran, he'd been badly wounded. I urged him not to go, but he was determined to find you. He went towards the kitchen. I believe he thought to find you at the servants' exit in the larder.
Bless you, Sir Gilmore. Make her watch over you.
Make her watch over us all.
Oh no, goodbye, Sir Gilmore. You were a good boy. Now, don't mind me. I'm just gonna rifle through a few pockets real quick. This doesn't take any time.
It's begun.
Oh, health poultice. That's good. I just use one of those. Aww.
Did you not hear, Sir Gilmore?
Give the Terran time to
We must
escape.
go while we can.
Aw, look, I gotta hear his final
Where's
words.
the Terran? Does he live?
Technically, yes, I think, probably. Alright, and out this way we go. Oh, that's a good sign. Can I save this fella is the question. Alright, easy, and I think, oh, he runs off. Okay. Run away, little man. Into the fire he goes. Well, maybe you should get out of here. Go find a better workplace, please, if you can. Alright, now, ooh, there's a lyrium potion. Not that I'm ever gonna use it. Gonna be an offering to my wife.
I shall do it.
Y'all should just walk around me. There you go. course, the cool kill animations. Ah, yeah. Gotta have those. 13 copper. That guy's kind of loaded. Okay, there's nothing of worth in here. And I don't think we can go this way. So, we go another way. That's what we're going to do. I think this is the way. Ranked creatures. Good to know. Thanks. There's something ranked up here. Aha, how nice. That's who it is. Should I deal with the little ones first or the big ones? That's my question. It hurts, but hey, I leveled up. Easy. My mom's hurting now. I don't want to let my mom die. This might be a waste. It doesn't really matter. But
together we shall leave this place.
Together we shall leave this place, she says. Oh, so optimistic. Hey, 99 copper. You got any more of those? How nice roaming around. I would like more of them. There's a room. There's a room over here. Oh no, I'm sorry. I wish y'all could have run. Alright. Nothing important. Everything important is now in my pockets. Off we go.
I shall do it.
To where we are supposed to go. Oh. More people. Oh, there's Nan. Goodbye, Nan. You told us a nice story that one time.
There, you both are. I was
Bryce.
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding.
Hal's men found me first. Almost did me in right there.
No! Why is he doing this?
He can't get away with this. The king will...
Bryce, we must get you out of here.
I won't survive the standing, I think.
We can drag you out.
Only if you're willing to leave pieces of me behind, pup.
Oh,
Bryce,
no.
this is no time for jokes. Once Hal's men break through the gate, they will find us. We must go.
Someone must reach Burgess. Tell him what has happened.
That he is the new turn? Is that how this works?
If he lives, yes.
Bryce, no. The servant's passage is right here. We can flee together, find you healing magic.
The castle is surrounded. I cannot make it.
I'm afraid the turn is correct. House men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
Yes, your ladyship. The turn and I tried to reach you sooner.
My daughter helped me get here. Make her be praised.
I am not surprised.
Haha, thanks for the vote of confidence, Duncan. Can you do something about how... you know, I don't usually ask this. It's a good question.
Not here. There are too many men, and they seem as willing to kill me as they are all of you. Flight is the only option.
Whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, I beg you, take my wife and daughter to safety.
I will, your lordship, but I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything.
What is happening here pales in comparison to the evil now loose in this world. I came to your castle seeking a recruit. The Darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
I understand.
Oh no. What about poor Sir Gilboy? He really wanted this. He might still be in the room.
Truthfully, you were always my first choice. I will take the Tyrna and your daughter to Ostagar. to tell Fergus and the king what happened. Then your daughter joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes to Hal. I agree.
Then I offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us.
I guess we're not even gonna go back and check on Sir Gilmore. Be like, hey, he wants recruits. We're leaving. Wanna come with us? Yeah. I accept. F in the chat for my boy, though.
We must leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our daughter will not die of Hal's treachery. She will live and make her mark on the world.
Darling, go with Duncan. You have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes through that door to buy them time. But I won't abandon you.
Aw, look at her. She's so dedicated. I love you both so much. That seems like the appropriate response.
Then live, darling. Become a Grey Warden and do what is right.
I'm so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, pup. Warn your brother. You know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
No, I really do like that origin story. Every time.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Cousland, I didn't expect
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met.
Yep, freshly traumatized, hot off the grill. It's me. Are you not even aware my father is dead? Well, you know, I feel like that's probably not his fault. I assume no one's told him. My name is Alyssa. Let's be polite.
Your brother has already arrived with High Ever's men, but we are still awaiting your father.
Oh, I think he'll be waiting for some time. Yeah, that sure is one way to break the news. He's not coming.
Dead? What do you mean? Duncan, do you know anything about this?
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken High Ever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery? As soon as we are done here, I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word.
That's a very generous offer of him to make. I do appreciate the sentiment. Thank you. What kind of justice? I could ask. It's a question. But I'm gonna be nice to Kaelin. I do enjoy being nice to Kaelin.
No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds.
When will he return? Or I could be like, I am not eager to tell him. That's a fair sentiment too.
Not until the battle is over, I fear. Until then, we cannot even send word. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being.
Ah, yes, I will smack them so enthusiastically. I will imagine How's face on every single darkspawn I run across. And that'll make me feel so much better. What would you know about my grief? Thanks for nothing. Ah, the brood options. Absolutely incredible. We're not gonna pick any of them.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
You sound very confident.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured. Surely there is some reason for that.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Why not? He seems to regard the Grey Wardens quite highly.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
I see we are counting on Loghain. What ritual? A hot meal might be nice first. Y'all got food?
I agree. We have until nightfall to begin the ritual. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining.
At least he's good-natured about it.
Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Why is this ritual so secret? This is a good question.
The joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary.
Alright, I'm gonna take your word for it. Am I the only recruit you have? You know, since you didn't get my boy?
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
I need to find Fergus. What do you say if I'm like, I need to find Fergus?
You heard what the king said. He is scouting in the wilds and beyond contact. Be patient. He will return.
What do you need me to do, Monsieur?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
Aw, my dog's going with him. That's okay. I'll miss you. Enjoy. Ah yes, and the music dramatically swells. I'm gonna look at Ostagar, you know, give the music something to do. And I'm gonna go the opposite direction real quick. Don't mind me. There's just, you know, you never know what kind of stuff is floating around out here. Oh, and there's a person to talk to. And I should level up. That's the thing I should do. I don't know what ratio I should be doing for this. Like, 2 strength, 1 dex. I need this. Really important. Alright, and now we get more stuff. I mean, I guess I'll do this. So that way, I have 2 whole buttons I can click. I enjoy having buttons to click, believe it or not. Hello, sir.
Today, 2 units of men arrived every hour, and they expect to double that tomorrow. Still, the Terran worries that may not be enough.
Ah, valuable information. I'm sure the Terran worries about a lot of things. Hello, sir.
The Tower of Ishal is off limits. The men stationed inside are securing it now.
Why is it off limits? Can you tell me?
By orders of Terran Loghain. The tower is being secured by his men to be used during battle. I'm told they discovered some lower chambers, and they don't know how far down they go, so for now, everyone's to stay out.
I'm sure I will get to contend with those lower chambers, imminently.
I didn't see anything like that when I was there, but who knows?
What is the Tower of Ishal?
I think they used it once to watch for wilders coming out of the forest.
Checks out. Pretty
Goes
big.
back to the time of the Tevinter Imperium. Dwarven make. That's probably why it's still standing.
Huh. Thanks.
Make her speed your steps.
Thanks for all the info, my guy. I need to investigate. Is there anything down here, or is it a big wide open area? Oh, someone's missing their head. Keep your cool, kids. Could end up like a statue if you're not careful. Oh, listen to that wind. What are you doing all the way out here alone?
Make her watch over you, my lady.
Thanks. And may he watch over you. Don't get blown off into that abyss. That would be highly unfortunate. Okay, there's a thing we can get, and here it is. Another reminder that I am not playing a rogue. It haunts me at every corner. You know, I do prefer the, like, Grey Warden armor for the rogues over the warriors, but I do warrior every single time.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
It's what she is in my head. Okay, I can't change her now.
Watch over you, my lady.
Not after so long.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
I have been blessed by so many soldiers. Hey, private documents. Beef bone. Hold up. Okay. I got a gift. I wonder who it could possibly be for. Could be for Bark Spawn. Maybe there's a human companion who enjoys chewing on beef bones. You never know. I'm gonna walk back. I forgot that was there, honestly. I thought that was gonna be completely pointless. It wasn't completely pointless. Oh, joyous day. And this is the Grand Bridge that we would have been walking down with swelling music if I did not insist on going the wrong way
you, my lady.
before I go the right one. I feel like you guys could probably fix your bridge, man. Imagine making one wrong move. Ooh, you can see the forest. Hey, look at the mountains. You know, I don't usually stop and do this very often, but really I should. Look at how cool it looks. Incredible. Also, I have a Codex entry, and I really should keep up on those, I feel. Ooh, oh, okay, and they update. I remember this universal dislike part. When Bryce sent his men to support the king at Ostagar, Howe took it as an opportunity to attack Highever, slaughtering the people there and claiming the lands and title as his own. Of all the inhabitants of Castle Cousland, only Alyssa survived. And Fergus? Maybe? Or, well, I guess Fergus wasn't there when he attacked, so that would make sense. Loghain Mactea is an important name, of course. It takes more than legends to win a battle. Loghain was born a farmer during a time when his country was under foreign occupation. When he was still a boy, he joined the resistance where his considerable tactical genius quickly became apparent. He became close friends with Prince Merrick, the last true heir to the Ferelden throne, and together they led the rebels to drive out the forces of the Elysian Empire. Merrick raised his friend to the nobility, and Loghain is now more of a symbol than a man. He represents the Ferelden ideals of hard work and independence. Man, that's a familiar set of ideals. Alright, King Kalen Theron, the boy, another good boy, another very much too good boy, disadvantageously good boy. I'd hoped for a war like in the tales, a king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. Son of the legendary King Merrick Theron, Kalen was the first Ferelden king born into a land free from foreign rule in 2 generations. Since his father's death, he's held the throne alongside his queen, Anora. Aye, and that's also an important name. Okay, we have... Oh, an update to Castle Highhammer! I remember this part. The Cousland family, however, was all but wiped out in an unexpected attack by Arl Howe of Amaranthine, and the fate of the Turner is now in question. It still keeps the citation at the end. I suspect Sister Petrin didn't immediately update her book with this new news, but it's kind of funny how that might work in universe. Alright, the Korkari Wilds. Oof, this is a significant amount of text. It is said that in the midst of the Black Age, when werewolves stalked the lands of Ferelden in numbers that kept every farmholder indoors and a hound on every doorstep, a powerful Arl of the Alamari people stood and declared that he would put an end to the threat. His Arling stood on the border of the Dark Forest on the southern border of the Ferelden Valley, and he claimed that the werewolves used the forest to launch their midnight assaults on humanity. For 20 years, this Arl led an army of warriors and hounds deep into the forest. In his hunt for the werewolves, he slew not only every wolf he came upon, but also every member of the chastened wilder folk. Any one of them, he said, could harbor a demon inside and thus be a werewolf in disguise. For 20 years, the forest rang with screams and the rivers ran red. The tales say that an old chastened woman found her sons all dead at the Arl's blades. She pulled one of those very blades from one son's heart and plunged it into her own chest, cursing the Jarl's name as she did so. Where her blood touched the ground, a mist began to rise. It spread and spread until it was everywhere in the forest. The Jarl's army became lost, and it is said that they died there. Others say that they wander still. The ruins of his Arling stand to this day, filled with the ghosts of women waiting eternally for their husbands to return. The forest of the legend is, of course, Korkari Wilds. There are as many legends about the great southern forest as there are shadows, or so the saying goes. The chastened wilder folk have made their home there since mankind first came to these lands, and the wildlands spread as far into the south as anyone has ventured. Beyond the mists are vast tracts of snow, white-capped mountains, and entire fields of rice. It is a land too cold for mankind to survive, yet the chastened eke out an existence even there, and they tell of horrors beyond the wilds that the lowland folk could not begin to comprehend. The most, Ferelden simply ends with the Korkari Wilds. There is nothing beyond. The wilds is a land of great trees, wet marshes, and dangerous monsters. What more need be said? From Land of the Wilders by Mother Alis, Chantry Scholar 918 Dragon. Mother Alis, a new name. We got our whole party of scholars up in here. Aha! Darkspawn, as opposed to Barkspawn. This is his namesake that he takes after. Those who had sought to claim heaven by violence destroyed it. What was golden and pure turned black. Those who had once been mage lords, the brightest of their age, were no longer men but monsters. Threnodies 12:1. Sin was the midwife that ushered the Darkspawn into this world. The Magisters fell from the Golden City, and their fate encompassed all our worlds, for they were not alone. No one knows where the Darkspawn come from. A dark mockery of men in the darkest places they thrive, growing in numbers as a plague of locusts will. In raids they will often take captives, dragging their victims alive into the deep roads, but most evidence suggests that these are eaten. Like spiders, it seems Darkspawn prefer their food still breathing. Perhaps they are simply spawned by the darkness. Certainly we know that evil has no trouble perpetuating itself. The last blight was in the Age of Towers, striking once again at the heart of Tevinter, spreading south into Orlais and east into the Free Marches. The plague spread as far as Ferelden, but the withering and twisting of the land stopped well beyond our borders. Here, darkspawn have never been more than the stuff of legends. In the northern lands, however, particularly Tevinter and the Anderfels, they say darkspawn haunt the hinterlands, preying on outlying farmers and isolated villages, a constant threat. Again, from the esteemed sister Petrin. Look at her. She knows so many things. Oop, oop, we got another creature. Archdemon! Woohoo! This is bound to be interesting. It's a dragon. Ahem. In darkness eternal they searched for those who had goaded them on, until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer, the sleeping dragon Dumont. Their taint twisted even the false god, and the whisperer awoke at last, in pain and horror, and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world. The first blight. Trinities 8-7. The false dragon gods of the Tevinter Imperium lie buried deep within the earth, where they have been imprisoned since the Maker cast them down. No one knows what it is that drives the darkspawn in their relentless search for the sleeping old gods. Perhaps it is instinct, as moths will fly into torch flames. Perhaps there is some remnant of desire for vengeance upon the ones who goaded the Magisters to assault heaven. Whatever the reason, when darkspawn find one of these ancient dragons, it is immediately afflicted by the taint. It awakens twisted and corrupted and leads the darkspawn in a full-scale invasion of the land. A blight. Oof, boy, imagine a 3-hour-long Codex reading stream. I don't know if my throat could handle it. But cool, important, valuable information. Alright, there's a fella up here. We gotta
the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
We gotta hail him. He hailed us.
This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Look at him. This is like an A+ minimum wage worker. He knows his stuff. He's like, hey, I know this place like the back of my hand. Where you gotta go? Tell me about Ostagar. Give me the history.
Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
Imagine swinging a dead cat. What a mental image. We're just gonna ask all of these. What if I want, food? You got sandwiches?
Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest.
Alright, good to know. Where is the king?
Probably in his tent. He and Tairn Logain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguards. Drives Tairn Logain wild, that does.
Poor Logain having to deal with someone who is entirely too sweet and too naive. Their circle of, I think you pronounce it differently. I keep saying it. Was it Magi? Am I saying Circle of Magi?
A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy, quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
Ah, yes, the Mage-Templar conflict. Ah, that's gonna be really important. Dragon Age 2 is my favorite, so every time I get little tidbits about it in Origins, my feelings do little backflips. Do I hear dogs barking? This is more important.
This is Ferelden, isn't it?
Good point.
The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible.
Aw, that sounds unpleasant. I don't think we should put them through this. I want to ask you something else. Where is Duncan's tent?
Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now.
Valuable information, good to know. The recruits are up in camp. I'm looking for Alistair.
Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages.
Oh boy, he sure was sent with a message to the mages, wasn't he? Hey, new Codex. Give me the lore. Hit me with it. Culture and history. What an interesting tab culture and history is. Representing the furthest points of encroachment by the ancient Tevinter Imperium into the barbarian lands of the southeast, the Fortress of Ostagar was once one of the most important defensive holdings south of the Waking Sea. It stood at the edge of the Kokari Wilds, watching for any signs of invasion by the barbarians known today as the Chastened Wilders. Straddling a narrow pass in the hills, the fortress needed to be bypassed to reach the fertile lowlands to the north, and proved to be exceedingly difficult for the Wilders to attack because of its naturally defensible position. Like most Imperial holdings in the south, Ostagar was abandoned after Tevinter's collapse during the First Blight. It was successfully sacked by the Chastened Wilders, and then, as the Chastened threat dwindled following the creation of the modern Ferelden nation, fell to ruin completely. It has remained unmanned for 4 centuries, though most of the walls still stand, as does the tall Tower of Ishal, named after the great Archon that ordered its construction. Ostagar remains a testament to the magical power of the Imperium that created it. From Ferelden Folklore and History by Sister Petrin, Chantry Scholar, of whom we are clearly going to be reading a lot of. Good for her. Okay, here we are. This is camp. I see mages. I see Templars. I see fancy tents. Hey guys. Kingsguard.
Greetings. King Cousland is not in his tent.
What
right
a shame. Do you know where he is?
Now. I believe he's with the Grey Wardens in camp, drinking. He
Drinking,
holds them in
huh?
high regard, you know, as his father did.
Tell me about the king. I have high persuasion.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact.
Heck yeah.
Teyrn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
I have my doubts. I have doubts are certainly what you would call them, and not a premonition, and not a prophetic vision. I have doubts.
That's how the Teyrn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The
Oh,
king
hey.
thought it was funny that Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
Ooh, the queen. Tell me about the queen.
She's the Teyrn's daughter. He wasn't happy
Aw.
about something she did or the king did. I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
Well,
As you
thanks
wish.
for discussing it anyways. I appreciate that you did, even a little bit. Hello, Logan's God.
You approach the tent of Teyrn Loghain. State your business.
This guy is significantly more serious. It is almost as if they reflect the personalities of their employers. It's a turn inside.
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activity.
Surely you can tell me a little about him.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Teyrn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Teyrn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Teyrn Loghain tells him. Without the Teyrn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are.
An understandable perspective. Can I see him? Is that permissible?
I suppose you have a message for him. Hold
Yes.
on then.
My message is hello. Nice to meet you.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
Indeed. How do you know that?
His Majesty could not contain his excitement after your meeting. How could I not hear about you? Caelan's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
You know, I've heard that.
Marek respected the Grey Wardens. They have an honored place in the hearts of our people. But Marek would have understood that it takes more than legends to win a battle. That's not an argument I'll repeat here. You look familiar. Have I seen you at the Lands meet?
I'm royalty. Maybe you know one of my relatives.
The king told me of his promise. I'm certain he has every intention of following it through. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I'm really not sure, sir.
If Caelan has his way, you will. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
And if he doesn't... Aw, he doesn't seem like a fool.
Then simply pray.
Well, I guess it depends on your definition of a fool. There's some there's some room for debate in that offhanded comment here. Okay. King Merrick Theron. I believe this is the new one. It is difficult to separate the man from the myth. The last survivor of the bloodline of King Calenhad, the Silver Knight, Merrick drove the Orlesian forces from Ferelden's borders, reclaimed the throne, and freed our people from foreign tyranny. All true and all larger than life. He was born in hiding near Castle's Crossing to the rebel queen Moira, and grew up in the rebel camps, an outlaw in his own country. When the rebel queen died, Merrick inherited her homeless nobles, malcontents, and displaced freeholders, and with the aid of his friend Logain Mactyr, built them into an army. After the pivotal battle of Riverdane, Merrick took the throne. He married Rowan, daughter of Rendon Gwerin, Earl of Redcliffe, and began the long, slow process of rebuilding everything Orlais had demolished during 70 years of occupation. Again, sister Petra, and goodness, it's almost like she was there. She writes about it in such detail. And there's stuff going on up here. Eek.
Look carefully, men. This wretched thing is a darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous. Don't even touch it. You get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful way to die.
Again, I don't know how I feel about you putting your dogs through all of this. But
One of the buggers scratched me, it did.
Oh no, you poor thing.
Maybe this really is a blight. Maybe the Grey Wardens are right.
Hail to
Maybe
you.
they are. Hello.
How do you do?
Excellent.
Hail to you.
Howdy.
King Cousland should not have called on those vile Orlesians for help.
I think he is right to look past borders, but that is my opinion.
Have you heard about the king and Tern Logain arguing?
At length, I was just talking to them, or well, one of them personally.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
I'm sure he's watching. I probably already checked this, but I gotta know. Hey, look at these men practicing.
There are lots of darkspawn, different kinds. We're getting reports of things we've never even heard of. Our short friend here, for instance, is something called a genlock.
Genlock.
They're pretty common in the Horde, but we've seen others much larger. We don't know where these new darkspawn are coming from, or what they can do. All I can say is to use caution. There aren't any we've seen that won't die once they bleed enough.
Moral of the story received is just stab them. That's the solution.
This is supposed to be the battle that sends these darkspawn back underground. You believe that?
I don't know what to believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk, if you ask me.
Ah, yes. Drown your sorrows. That's always a good way to handle the apocalypse.
I want this nonsense talk stopped immediately.
Ooh.
What are you, a bunch of Natric fishwives spreading gossip until you brown your small clothes out of terror? We've seen nothing to suggest that the Darkspawn drag our people underground to eat them.
Oh man.
I want this talk about Darkspawn enslaving survivors to stop immediately. Keep your minds focused on the battle. You fight for Ferelden and for your king. Remember that.
He says that. Didn't we read something about Darkspawn liking their prey alive? Hold on. Am I misremembering? Is he just saying this so they don't panic? They will often take captives. Most evidence suggests that they are eaten. Ah, okay. Ah, okay, I see what he's saying. They're wrong. The people being concerned about being enslaved are kind of correct. That's good to know.
All before me is darkness, yet shall the Maker's light be my guide.
I keep praying, lady. I hope it helps. Ooh, stuff.
Do it.
Stuff. Helmets, which I'm not gonna wear.
Shall not fear 10,000 men should they set themselves against me.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, that's a good sentiment. That sounds very inspiring. If I whispered that to myself, I think I would feel empowered. Anything else? Anything else you got to say?
My faith sustains me.
You think?
I shall
Okay.
not fear 10,000
Carry
men
on.
should they set
You know,
themselves against me.
I think it's a good mantra. Any other little comments from Teacher Man over here? Going, good gracious, they don't enslave people. Haha. Fishwives. You should be careful, ladies. Soldier.
Hail to you.
Hello. I hope you're having a nice walk. It's my dog. Hello. Happy bark. I can hear it in my soul. And I see Duncan has his feet in the ground. Hopefully it's cozy.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need?
I don't. Does this count as a tent? I have questions.
Alistair can help you with those. I had hoped
Aw.
he would be back by now.
He's busy. Well, I guess maybe this is the tent he's referring. Oh, maybe. No, that's the Turn's tent. Maybe this is his tent. Who knows? But I was like, yes, I definitely found your tent. That's what this is. Ooh, dialogue.
Folk of Ferelden, and we contemplate the death that may await. Death is no failure, my friends. Should it find you, you will not have failed your king. You will have served your maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before the maker in the land beyond the Fade, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into death gladly, but with the knowledge that evil has been held at bay by your spilled blood. And if you go to stand beside the maker, go with our blessing, for you shall not be forgotten. My friends, let us bow our heads and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.
Very nice. I will definitely endeavor to remember
Hail, Grey Warden.
all the nameless soldiers.
Quiet. I'm trying to listen.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if is she still talking? I don't mean to interrupt.
Aren't we receiving a large number of reinforcements from the Grey Wardens in Orlais soon?
Soon, being the operative word.
How do you do?
Most brilliant.
If you'll excuse me, we are praying.
Oh, I don't mean to interrupt. I'm just curious.
Shh, I'm trying to listen.
Oh, okay. You get on with that.
Well met.
Well met. Hello. Hi, ma'am. You have anything for me?
I do not have time to speak at present, thank you.
Oh, okay. You kind of look like you're just chilling. Oh, hello. It's a person?
Greetings, young lady. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud.
I am so proud.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king.
Pleased to meet you.
Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
King Caelan thinks the battle will go well. Will you be fighting alongside the king? This is a good question. I want to know where she's going.
Not precisely. The Grey Wardens will be on the front lines, not the mages. Still, we have our parts to play. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
This is true. You've faced Darkspawn before?
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade?
I know the Fade is where you go when you dream. I know you can get a griffin conversation in here and just constantly ask about griffins and eventually annoy her. But I'm not sure exactly what to click to trigger it. So I'm just gonna let her talk and be intellectual and not nag her, I suppose. Tempting as it may be.
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
I've heard that. Didn't something bad happen there? It's not like I've been reading at length about the topic.
Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
And is it true? The Chantry says many things. The Chantry sure does say a lot. We've read a lot of it.
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
Don't you have any proper advice? That seems callous. Look, she's trying to be a little philosophical. Let her have her moment. At least it's something to ponder.
Yes, occasionally it's wise to contemplate one's actions.
Occasionally.
But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Maker above,
I guess he does. Ooh.
we who betrayed your prophet Andraste now
Oh,
beg your
oh, we're talking about betrayal.
in our darkest hour. Watch over the valiant King Cousland and
Oh,
guide
the
him
valiant
as he
King
faces
Cousland.
this terrible evil. Watch over Terran Loghain and give him the wisdom to bring us victory against the scourge of shadow. Watch over Ferelden, the homeland of Holy Andraste. Keep her people safe from the Darkspawn. Let us bow our heads and offer prayers to the Maker, that he might find us worthy.
Yes, I'm sure Loghain definitely needs more wisdom. No, wait, hold on. There's a codex. There's a codex. There's a codex entry. When? Who is definitely going to be relevant later. I will not lie motionless in a bed, with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. Wynn's talent became apparent early on, particularly her skill at healing magic. She was well liked by all her mentors and was recognized as an exceptionally gifted student. Even the Templars who watched her could not deny that she represented the best the Circle had to offer. She was an intelligent young woman who possessed a quiet confidence and maturity beyond her years. She spent many years mentoring apprentices within the Circle, and her peers thought so highly of her that she was asked to be First Enchantress Irving's successor, but she refused, saying that she had no desire to work in the upper echelons. Echelons? I know how to read. When word reached the tower of King Caelan's call to arms, Wynn volunteered to go to Ostagar. Excellent for her. Okay, the Fade, which is kind of important. What does First Enchanter have to say about it? The study of the Fade is as old as humankind. For so long as men have dreamed, we have walked its twisting paths, sometimes catching a glimpse of the city at its heart. Always as close as our own thoughts, but impossibly separated from our world. The Tevinter Imperium once spent vast fortunes of gold, lyrium, and human slaves in an effort to map the terrain of the Fade, an ultimately futile endeavor. Although portions of it belong to powerful spirits, all of the Fade is in constant flux. The Imperium succeeded in finding the disparate and ever-shifting realms of a dozen demon lords, as well as cataloging a few hundred types of spirits before they were forced to abandon the project. The relationship of dreamers to the Fade is complex. Even when entering the Fade through the use of lyrium, mortals are not able to control or affect it. The spirits who dwell there, however, can, and as the Chantry teaches us, the great flaw of the spirits is that they have neither imagination nor ambition. They create what they see through their sleeping visitors, building elaborate copies of our city's people and events which, like the reflections in a mirror, ultimately lack context or life of their own. Even the most powerful demons merely plagiarize the worst thoughts and fears of mortals, and build their realms with no other ambition than to taste life. From Tranquility and the Role of the Fade in Human Culture by First Enchanter Josephus. Well, at least it's written by a mage and not Chantry folk again.
My sisters and gentlefolk, we stand here on the eve of battle.
We sure
Let
do.
us consider the evil before us.
Let's think about it.
In their pride, the mages of the ancient Tevinter Imperium sought to open a portal into the heavenly golden city itself.
Absolutely.
They tainted it with their sin, and they were cast back into our world as Darkspawn. They are man's sins made flesh, an evil that spreads like an illness across our land. To face them, we must first face the evil within ourselves.
Aha.
Let us bow our heads and beg the Maker's forgiveness. Let us not be proud, so we may take courage against the darkness.
Oh, and it's over. And she leaves. Can I talk to you now?
I do not have time to speak at present.
Okay, goodbye. I didn't realize they walk off once she was actually done lecturing. Oops.
Well met.
Huh. The more you know. Kettlemaster!
Excuse me,
Hello.
I must get the hounds ready for battle. Half the dogs are sick from darkspawn blood. It's terrible.
It's terrible. Oh no. The poor things. I think if you don't play as a Cousland, this is where you get your dog. I think you save one of these if I remember correctly. I'm gonna walk over here and I'm gonna talk to the Templars real quick. Look at these mages doing cool mage things.
But the mages must not be interrupted. I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted. The mages must not be interrupted.
Aha!
Their spirits are in the Fade.
But you will talk to me. The Fade? I just read about it, but you know, I do still love it when people talk to me about things.
The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the dead, or so the mages tell us.
Oh yes, the skepticism.
Regardless, they are not to be disturbed, not even by Grey Wardens.
As you wish. Alright, look at them doing their thing. Good for them. I wish them all the best. Ooh, there's a pot. Hello, pot. That's a very shiny underbelly that the pot is. I'm not sure if that texture is supposed to be doing that. But it sure is doing it. And here we have the tranquil. Oh man, I'm getting flashbacks.
Welcome, young woman.
To a certain part in Dragon Age 2. Who are you?
I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
You speak very strangely. Why is that?
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
Because magic is powerful and dangerous, or so I've been told.
It is dangerous beyond its power. Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily, and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
How is someone made tranquil?
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware.
It really does sound like a horrid practice.
It might seem such to you, but I feel no horror. I am content to serve in my role.
I feel bad. I feel bad.
You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance?
Internal screaming. No, I don't. I don't need help. I'm good. Talk to me about enchantment.
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
What sort of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
Thanks for the lecture, Tranquil fella. I wonder what you were like before that. The world will never know. I wonder if I, the Tranquil, are the least understood but most visible members of the Circle. Every city of respectable size boasts a Circle of Magi shop, and every one of these shops is run by a Tranquil proprietor. The name is a misnomer, for they are not tranquil at all. Rather, they are like inanimate objects that speak. If a table wished to sell you an enchanted penknife, it could pass as one of these people. Their eyes are expressionless, their voice is monotone. Incomparable craftsmen they might be, but they are hardly the sort of mages to put ordinary folk at ease. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetibi. We're gonna get so much on tranquil as a state of being. And it's gonna make me all sad.
Any last wishes I can help
Oh.
fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow.
Classy.
Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad.
Good for you, soldier. Walk away. Let me handle it.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
What did you think I'd be?
Not a woman, yet here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they'd cook this ritual up just for our benefit.
What do you know? Tell me what you think, lover boy, about this ritual.
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
An astute deduction? The wilds? Let us pretend that I know nothing of the wilds.
We're right on the northern edge of the Kukari wilds here, miles and miles of savage country. My home village isn't far, and I grew up on tales about the wilds.
I didn't know
Even
that.
been in there a few times. Scary place.
Huh. Interesting. Why are the wilds so frightening?
Cannibals, beasts, witches, and now darkspawn. What isn't to be scared of? It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
Ah yes, the Grey Warden secrecy. A little questionable, ain't it? They're forcing you to be here.
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Farewell. Davith. I think it's Davith. I believe that's your name. I wish you the best, sir. Oh, and what do you know? It's locked. Haha. What a twist. Hey,
Have
Quartermaster.
you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
Can't say I have.
Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the maker up. Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
Do you need help? I'll be really nice to her. I promise. She'll come back better. You know, you get more flies with honey than vinegar.
Oh, I'm sure you have better things to do than run errands for me. I can find her myself.
I beg to differ. I think you are going to stay in this exact spot forever. What kind of supplies
Arms
do
and
you
armor
have?
for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course, to keep morale up, you understand.
Okay, what are the
So
other
long
bids?
as you keep it quiet.
I'm curious. I guess. Aha, his inventory is over here. Oh, goodness, it's a dog. Doggy bone. Ah! Double baked Mabari crunch recipe. There were recipe? Oh my goodness. Okay. Firebomb recipe. How much do I have? Not very much at all. Okay, here. I don't really ever use maces. Longsword. We're not using helmets. So, goodbye. I'm pretty sure I don't need any of these. Cousland guard shield. Aw, I kind of do feel bad getting rid of those. This is 10 silver. I don't think I can actually do anything with it. Inspect. Type generic. I don't know. I'm gonna keep this because I'm a little paranoid. Actually, I don't think I actually need this. I never really use axes either. These are equal to what I have. This is equal to what I have. Alistair comes with his own stuff. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. These are a slight upgrade. I can get rid of these. Great sword. I'm pretty sure I don't need this either. I'm pretty sure I don't need this, although it does make me sad to get rid of the Cousland god shield, you know, after the whole house has been destroyed, but money, please, thanks. A dagger. I don't think I need to keep another dagger. I'm pretty sure the only person I want to have a dagger comes with 2 daggers. So, yeah. And I think I just sell this. I don't think there's any reason to keep it. Merchants. Okay, is there a difference
Hello again. Is there something you
between
need?
the special
Some
and the
supplies,
normal
perhaps?
store?
Let me know what you'd like.
A Bari Crunch. There is a bit of a difference, I guess. The more you know. Okay. But he has the backpack. We really, really want the backpack. I remember that. We don't have to get it, like, right this instant. Because I think we come back after we go into the wilds. But, here, I'm gonna equip these real quick. Because I am tanky and I can afford to do it.
Hello again. Is there something you need?
And I'm gonna sell these.
Supplies, perhaps. Let me know what you'd like.
I don't need them anymore, probably. Bye. Goodbye. Do I have 57 yet? No, I don't. Here. I want it. Badly. Ha ha ha. Okay. Backpack obtained. I didn't need to finagle it that much. Maybe... Well, I'll grab Alistair here in a second. I want to go talk to the other fella. Jory. I was about to start calling him Rory and pretend that I just completely remembered his name, which I clearly
In
did
the
not.
name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
Oh, inspiring. Hello, Jory.
Greetings. You must be the 3rd recruit we've heard about.
Indeed, I am. Tis I.
Sir Jury is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arl Aemon. I was not aware they permitted women to join the Grey Wardens. None of those I've seen thus far have been.
Well, there's reasons why there's fewer women in the Grey Wardens. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Perhaps they saved the best for last.
You obviously impressed Duncan, and that's enough for me. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
You're not all that smart, are you? That's so mean. Let the boy be blissfully ignorant. Aren't you nervous about fighting Darkspawn?
I would be lying if I said I wasn't. As a boy, my mother told us Darkspawn hunted down all children who misbehaved.
Convenient.
It is a foolish superstition, I know, but I still shiver when I think of fighting them.
And now he's
Tell me,
traumatized.
has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails?
David said we might be going into the wilds. It's all a big secret, though. What's he say to that?
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, Sir Jory. I'll, see you sometime. Are you telling me to move? What's that gesture, sir? Pardon me? Hey, priest.
Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
I think she gets salty. If you hit no, I'd prefer not to. Oh, you know, for social reasons, yeah.
And I bless you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light carry your name to the ears of our Lord.
Thanks, ma'am.
Hello again, Warden. May the Maker guard you in the coming battle.
It's still me.
King Cousland should not have called on those vile Orlesians for help.
Goodness, the hostility to the Orlesians.
May the Maker preserve us all. They say the Darkspawn horde has grown larger.
Indeed it has.
They're going to kill us all. Kill us and then eat us.
Well, depends.
Hail to you.
Hail to me. You're right. You should hail me. Hello, sir.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming.
Why do you say that? Goodness, whatever could give you that impression.
I saw them. We're gonna die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
Is it possible he has important information or, like, foresight?
The commander who brought him here didn't seem to think so.
Ah, yes.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
And she just looks at me. I wonder if he's tainted, and that's why he's like, oh, you can feel them. Because, you know, having the taint means you can feel the Darkspawn.
I don't want to see anymore. I close my eyes. Please just leave me be.
Okay.
I apologize if
I'm
this
sorry,
disturbed you.
fam.
Ever since they found him in the wilds, he's been like this. It's so sad.
It's so sad. Let me just walk away in the middle of talking. I didn't really mean to, but... Oops.
The pain!
The pain, no. The poor baby. Okay, I'm gonna grab Alistair before I do the whole imprisoned fella bit. Hi!
Hail to you.
Oh, look, he has a dog.
Sorry, miss. The army camp is off limits for you right now.
Oh, okay, I guess I can't pester you with questions about it. A shame. I do so love pestering people with questions about everything. Alright. And let's go down over here. Hello, you have a dog.
You're one of Duncan's new recruits, correct? I can't let you through to the Korkari Wilds until he gives the word.
And you tell me why not?
The Korkari Wilds is a dangerous place. More so now that it crawls with Darkspawn. They say the Great Blight began deep within its forests. One of our scouting patrols has been gone for 3 days. We're taking bets on who got them first, the Darkspawn or the Witches of the Wilds.
The witches? Tell me about the witches. I like witches.
Oh, sure. There's an old legend in these parts about Flemeth, the apostate sorceress who conquered this area centuries ago. She united the chasing barbarians and invaded the farmlands. That's when the great hero, Cormac, destroyed her army with his. Took her head right off, so they say. Her daughters survived and became the Witches of the Wild. Tales tell of them plaguing this area since, mostly superstitions, stealing babies and spoiling milk.
Mostly superstitions. And you think these witches exist? Why mention them if it's just superstition? This is a good question.
Spend enough time here, you'll get an earful about those witches. Locals blame them for near everything. At any rate, that's why Duncan doesn't want you wandering out without his say-so.
Alright, that checks out to me. Can I talk to you again? Hail!
Sorry, like I said, I can't let you through.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Sorry, I have my orders.
Okay, I thought I was worth a shot. I don't think I've actually pestered him before. It's always good to find new people to pester.
It's good to have Grey Wardens amongst us. With their help, perhaps we can push these things back underground for good.
Yeah. We'll do our best. Hey, Ash Warrior.
My respects to you, Grey Warden.
Oh, respect.
Please do not disturb our hounds. We feed them well tonight, or it may be their last.
Oh, you sound melancholy. Madame, milady?
You there, elf. What's your name?
Oh?
It's Pick, sir.
Hey, Pick.
Go tell Tern Logain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away.
Wait, Pick. I can talk to you. I know it, but I have to catch up with you.
Hello? I'm sorry. Is there something you needed?
I wanted to talk.
You want to talk to me? I'm not in trouble, am I?
No. Not that I know of.
Oh, that's a relief. I'm one of the king's servants, which means I run messages around and make deliveries all day long. If you fall behind, you get the switch from the quartermaster. Oh, I wish I were back at the palace. There are far more places to hide. I better go. If the quartermaster sees me chatting, he'll think I'm being lazy, and that'll be my hide. But it was nice talking to someone.
Aw, I'm glad I was able to give you someone to talk to. Hey, you guys.
Well, in for a silver, in for a crown, as my dear mum always used to say.
Your dear mom was a wise lady.
We should see what Duncan wants us to do next, don't you think?
No, actually, I don't think. I think I should talk to every single human being in this camp.
If you have business with the Ash Warriors, I suggest you speak to our commander.
Hey, Commander.
What do you need? You haven't brought more instruction from the Ten, I hope.
No, I bring pestering. More instructions.
Turn Logan has changed our scouting route a dozen times.
Curious.
If you're not from the Ten, what do you want? We're busy.
Can I ask you something?
Make it quick.
What are you preparing for?
To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
No, I hope he survives.
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
Wow. Wouldn't it be smarter to leave your dogs behind? I don't know if smarter's the right word, honey bun, but we're gonna ask it.
They fight at our side. We don't fret over their safety as if they were children.
Why are you painting them?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
Aha! Clever. What if the enemy is painted too? That would happen.
Why? Would you steal our caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
Absolutely not.
Good. I hear death is unpleasant.
I hear the same.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
I hope you have just an absolutely fantastic time hunting. Get a lot of that in while you still can. Okay, I think that's most everything except what I want to hit with Alistair. So I'm gonna say that and then run in the opposite direction from Alistair real quick. Look, it's elves.
I should be going. I'm behind as it is, I'm afraid.
Look, they have shields and swords. I was about to mistake those for plates, and I was like, wow, look at those plates and those giant swords. This would make
I'm sorry,
sense,
but there's
I
so
guess?
much to do before the battle.
More sense?
I must attend to my duties or I'll get the switch.
Nice work
Oh,
environment.
excuse me.
And it's locked. Okay, that's fine. This is fine. This is fine. You know, I kind of like the armor. I kind of like it. Matches my hair. Good stuff. Okay, here we are. The boy, the one and only.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
That sure is one way to interpret that interaction. You are a very strange man. Yeah, let's go with that one. That's, or maybe I know exactly what you mean. That's more friendly, like, yeah, I get you, fam.
It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the Darkspawn something to think about.
It sure would.
Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage.
Would that make your day worse? Oh, look, I'm just curious.
Hardly. I just like to know my chances of being turned into a toad at any given moment. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit. From Highever. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
No, how could you recognize me?
Duncan sent word. He spoke quite highly of you.
Ooh,
Allow
I
me
like
to
that.
introduce myself. I'm Alistair, the new Grey Warden. Though I guess you knew that.
I sure did.
As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Ah, yeah. What can you tell me about the joining?
Honestly, nothing. Try not to worry about it. It will just distract you.
Sure.
You know, it just occurred to me that there have never been many women in the Grey Wardens. I wonder why that is.
Yes. It's a curious phenomenon. I don't know if I really like any of these answers. They comment on being a woman in the Grey Wardens an awful lot. I don't want to hit the last one. Maybe I'll just be flirtatious. You want more women in the Wardens, do you?
Would that be so terrible? Not that I'm some drooling lecher or anything. Please stop looking at me like that. So I'm curious. Have you ever actually encountered Darkspawn before?
I haven't. Sure have not. I've encountered a couple of things.
When I fought my first one, I wasn't prepared for how monstrous it was. I can't say I'm looking forward to encountering another. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
What was that argument I thought about, sir?
With the mage. The circle is here at the king's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
You know, the comment about wanting to know how likely you are to be turned into a toad kind of gave it away. That would be awkward. You were a mage hunter. It's a question. Let's go with the question.
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
Ah, yes, the cracks they show so early on. What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
I've met both of them, actually.
That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now.
I look forward to traveling with you. I don't want to be like, you don't gotta come, do you? That's rude.
You do? Huh. That's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Oh, I have so many questions. Oh, wait. We have a code. We have Codex entries. And there's a control. Let me just click that to make it stop beeping. Oh, Alistair. You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. Alistair was a novice Templar when Duncan recruited him into the Grey Wardens, or rescued him, as Alistair would say, and I'm sure this is gonna get updated a whole lot as we go throughout the game. Hi.
Yes?
I know we just talked, but tell me about yourself.
As I said,
You
I
sound
was
so awkward.
trained as a Templar before Duncan recruited me about 6 months ago. The Chantry raised me, and becoming a Templar was a decision made for me a long time ago. Duncan saw I wasn't happy, and figured my training against mages could double for fighting Darkspawn. Now, here I stand, a proud Grey Warden. The Grand Cleric wouldn't have let me go if Duncan never forced the issue. I'll always be grateful to him.
Aww. You didn't want to join the Chantry? I sure can see why.
It just wasn't for me. I believe in the Maker well enough, but I never wanted to devote my life to the Chantry.
You speak fondly of Duncan.
I spent years in that chantry, hopelessly resigned to my fate. Duncan was the first person who cared what I wanted. He risked a lot of trouble with the Grand Cleric to help me.
Very generous of him. This feels a little spicy. Maybe Duncan thought you'd be useful. Maybe it's because he actually cared, you know? I don't want to undermine that.
What about?
I have questions. Tell me everything.
So I imagine. What would you like to know?
What makes you all so special? Oh, this is going to be a long conversation.
The Grey Wardens are warriors without equal. Darkspawn threatened to destroy the world 4 times over. Each time, the Grey Wardens led mankind to victory. Nobody knows more about Darkspawn, and nobody's better equipped to deal with them. You'll see. Trust me.
Ooh. So, they're knights, heroes.
I don't know if I go that far. Duncan says the Grey Wardens do whatever is necessary to protect mankind from Darkspawn. That means some pretty extreme things. Whatever it takes to bring victory.
Yeah, Grey Wardens do some pretty extreme things for not victory, too. Oh boy. I'm not sure I know anything about the Grey Wardens. What happens if we click this? I know you just explained a little bit, but I am still wildly ignorant.
Well, let's see. Surely you've heard of Weishaupt Fortress? The great eyrie carved into the White Cliffs far off in the Anderfels? That's where the Grey Wardens once kept their griffins. The griffins died out, however, and our numbers have dwindled since the last blight. There's only a handful left in Ferelden. A few more in other nations.
Wow. Where are they all now?
The others are camped with the King's soldiers in the valley. The King's given us a position of honor at the Vanguard, despite our small numbers. I think Kalen is actually excited to ride into battle with us. Maybe he thinks that's what his father would have done.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say he's very excited to ride into battle with us, the poor thing. So the Grey Wardens had the right to recruit anyone. Ah, heck yeah.
King Marek, Kalen's father, reaffirmed the power the Grey Wardens were given during the Blights. In practice, we can't conscript too often without hurting our cause. We were exiled from Ferelden once. Best not to let that happen again.
I'm gonna be conscripting so many weirdos. Y'all's heads are gonna be spinning.
You want to ask me about something else?
Tons. This blight.
Of course.
Of course. What's a blight?
You want the Chantry's version or the truth?
They aren't the same thing.
They seldom are.
Well, this at least is very true. Well, Alistair has said an astute thing. The crowd goes wild. I want the truth.
The truth is, we don't really know. They come up from the ground, and that's as far as we've gotten.
And what you talked about was the first blight.
Yes, and it nearly wiped us out. When defeated, the Darkspawn flee back underground and seek out another old god to taint, thus bringing another blight.
We are getting close to the swooping is bad moment. Where is the archdemon for this blight? Another good question.
We haven't seen it yet. People are beginning to think this is just an unusually large Darkspawn raid without an archdemon to unify them. But seriously, the archdemon could be in the wilds or underground. It could be hiding. Just because it hasn't shown itself doesn't mean it isn't out there.
Checks out. Why not kill the Darkspawn when they're underground?
They've controlled the deep roads ever since they defeated the Dwarven kingdoms. Even if we invaded, we can only chase them so far.
Makes sense. And what is an archdemon? Ah, yes, this is gonna be relevant.
The old gods were dragons. So the stories say. Big ones. Intelligent, even. The Tevinter Empire had big statues of them. Each dragon had a name and a place in the cosmos. It's all very intricate. The archdemons may not be the old gods, but they're definitely dragons.
We are in Dragon Age. I should hope there would be dragons. Why are some people so skeptical?
The Grey Wardens killed so many Darkspawn by the end of the last Blight. people decided they were gone for good.
I have other questions about the
course.
blight. I am going to exhaust every single possible thing you can say. Get comfy, boyo. How do Grey Wardens defeat blights?
We chop off the snake's head. It's the only way. According to texts, the most famous Grey Warden leader, Garahel, killed the Archdemon Underarl in personal combat at the Battle of Aesley to end the last blight. Without the Archdemon to command them, the Darkspawn flee back underground.
You know, it sounds simple and practical. I can get behind that strategy. How did anyone even know about this blight?
The Grey Wardens keep watch. We feel the Darkspawn when they come. You'll understand after the joining, if you... well, you'll understand.
I like
Not to
that
mention
if you...
people start to notice when Darkspawn pour out of the wilds and taint everything around them. Just a guess.
It's almost like he was going to say survive. Good gracious, you were so close to telling me something.
Thousands, tens of thousands. They've had centuries to build up their numbers. You want to ask me about something else?
Tell me all about Duncan, please.
Duncan is the leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, which he would say doesn't mean much, as there aren't many of us here. Yet, beyond that, he's a good man, a good judge of character. I owe him a lot. What about you? What do you think of him?
He seems like a nice guy, you know. I don't think I can't say anything else. Well, I owe him. He saved me. That's what I'm trying to say.
Sounds familiar. He's done the best he can with what little he has. And that includes me, I guess. You want to ask me about something else?
Also, thanks for the follow. I did notice that. I swear I'm just distracted. The joining ritual.
I wish I could tell you more. Maybe ask me again after Duncan speaks to you about it. You want to ask me about something else?
This upcoming battle.
The one tomorrow. I'll tell you. It's Tairn Loghain we should be looking to win it, not the king. Caelan just wants his place in history. The Tairn is planning the strategy. That's my opinion, anyway. I guess I should be thankful the king favors us Grey Wardens. But I know who's keeping the lid on the pot.
Oh, who's keeping the lid on the pot? How much will I be participating? I definitely don't know the answer to this question.
You know, that's a good question. The other Grey Wardens are riding into battle with the king. I don't know if you'll be with them.
Goodness knows. Why is it happening here?
We're at the edge of the Korcari Wilds, the eye of the Blight Storm, right where the Horde will be coming. Ostagar itself is an excellent defensive position. The Wilders were pushed back from here time and again in ancient days.
And our chances of success.
I'm sure Tairn Loghain has the battle planned to the last.
He has so much faith in Loghain.
Still, no blight has ever been defeated with so little cost.
Imagine what happens when that faith is betrayed. And what if we
don't break the
fail?
Horde here, Duncan says it will spread until it engulfs all of Ferelden. Then it will take an alliance of nations to fight it, which would be bad. Neither the king nor the Tairn really seems to believe this is a real blight, however.
Yes, that would be bad.
You want to ask me about something else?
Definitely a non-option. Okay, I think that's
Then let's
everything.
Get a move on, shall we?
Thanks for indulging me so much. And he approves. I got approval. A single measly point. I'm glad that he you know enjoys lecturing. That suits me just fine. Alright, and now we're gonna do the one bit that I did want to do with Alistair. Because I believe this gets approval. Hello, sir.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me.
Absolutely not.
I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you. All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Tell me why you're in there. Give me your life story first, okay? Then I'll help you. That's how this works.
I'm a deserter. Or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way.
Hilarious. They certainly are.
I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter? All I want is a bit of food and water.
It matters to me if your cause is just. I think we're beyond caring about that. Why haven't they fed you?
I expect nobody thought of it with all the battles and such.
Fair enough. I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
I can definitely do that. Hello, sir. I have a request.
You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
That seems awfully barbaric of y'all. And who is he?
They say he was recruited before the war up in Dinnerham. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right?
And why exactly did he want to desert?
Why does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die and he's a bloody coward, that's why. Either that or he's been listening to a bunch of hogwash about how the Darkspawn will drag you off and eat you.
I got hogwash, all of it. I had a chat with him, actually, for no reason at all.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He asked for food, that's all that really matters.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
Yeah, he's gonna die, sir. You're gonna get more food.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
I care because it's a little blip in my journal, and it's gonna drive me to madness if I don't do something about it. That's why I care.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Here you go.
Much obliged. You're a kind soul, you are. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you.
Excellente.
My belly thanks you.
Incredible.
At least if I'm hanged, I'll have a little weight on me.
Alright, we've gotten the approval, which is the most important part of that. I feel like if I press him, he gives you a key to the Tranquil Crest. That chest. And I may have just missed that, but that's okay. I am so accustomed to missing chests at this point because I am not playing a rogue that I will just have to live with the consequences of my own actions. And now I think I have exhausted everything. Question mark in camp. And now it really is time
We should see what
to
Duncan
do
wants us to
what
do
I'm
next, don't you
supposed to
think?
do.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Kokari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood. 1 for each recruit.
And pray tell, what do we need this for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
That's reassuring.
You weren't recruited out of charity. All 3 of you are skilled and resourceful. Alistair is the most junior member of our order and will accompany you as is tradition. Do not worry. I doubt you will need to go far into the wilds to find what you seek.
Surely you could have acquired some blood before now. This is a good point. You should be drowning in it, actually.
Of course. You must work together to collect the components, however. It's as much a part of the joining as what comes after.
A test, I see. And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, Abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
And what kind of scrolls are these?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
And if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
And how exactly are we going to find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
And I take it this is also a part of our journey?
No, but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. I got it.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Alright, and now the smacking things is about to begin. But hold on, Duncan? Duncan?
So you returned from the wilds.
Have
you
haven't
been
left.
Successful?
Actually, no, we haven't. We're working on it. I
Then
just
you'd best start
wanted to
soon.
see what you think.
You don't want to be in the wilds when night falls.
Okay, yeah, that seems like sound advice. Hey, you guys. Aha. It's like, y'all gonna follow me?
I'm ready.
Oop, hold on. We gotta talk. We gotta chit-chat first. Get to know each other a bit.
I hail from Redcliffe, but Duncan recruited me in Highover, a city off the northern coast. Have you traveled there?
I'm super from there. My father was lord of that town.
My lady Cousland. I'm honored. I was in Arlayman's retinue when he attended King Marik's funeral. It was in Highover that I met my Helena. I was smitten. She has the most beautiful eyes, my Helena. Now, for years, I found any excuse to return there. We married a year ago. Arlayman gave me leave to serve in Highover, but I was attempting to persuade Helena to come to Redcliffe with me, at least until I was recruited.
So you abandoned her? That seems callous. I'm sure that's not quite what happened. How did the Grey Wardens find you?
Last month, Duncan visited Highover, and the band held a tournament in his honor. I won the Grand Melee. It was hard to leave my wife. We married only a year ago, and she is heavy with child now. But Ferelden needs my blade, and I shall not falter.
It was for a good reason. I understand. What do you think? Jory, what do you think of Duncan?
He has a seemingly impossible task, with a scarce handful of Grey Wardens, yet he does not complain or flinch from his duty.
Yep, he sure doesn't complain or flinch from anything that he has to do, does he?
We need to find those documents and the Darkspawn blood. It should be interesting.
Interesting. He
Indeed.
sounds vaguely excited, the sweet thing. Hey, damn it, you're next. Tell me where you're from. I demand it.
I grew up in a village about a day's trip to the east. Little blot you wouldn't even find on a map. Haven't been back in years. I struck out for the city as soon as I could outrun my pa. I've been in Denerim for what, 6 years now? Never liked it much, but there's more purses there than anywhere else.
That is an upside. So, you're a cup purse.
And a pickpocket, thank you very much. Or was, anyhow. Who'd ever guess I'd end up a Grey Warden?
How did they find you?
I found them. I cut Duncan's purse while he was standing in a crowd.
Ooh.
He grabs my wrist, but I squirm out and bolt. The old bugger can run, but the garrison caught me first.
I see.
I'm a wanted man in Denerim, you see, so they were going to string me up right there.
And then what happened?
Duncan stopped them. Invoked the right of conscription. I gave the garrison the finger while I was walking away. Don't know why Duncan wants someone like me, but he says finesse is important and that I'm fast with a blade. You bet your boots I am. Besides, it beats getting strung up.
Aw, look at... I like the little laugh at the end. Look at that confidence. What do you think of Duncan, your savior?
All right for an old bugger.
All right, he
He's
says.
faster than he looks too.
And fast. He would remark on him being faster than he looks.
You heard the same speech I did. Blood and old treaties. Off we go into the wilds.
Off we go. Into
hey,
the
I'm
wilds.
following you, aren't I?
Indeed, you are. Alistair, do you have anything new to
We
say
need to
about
get down
this?
to the wilds. The sooner you get this done, the better.
Trust me. We're trusted. Whatever you say, mate. Hey, soldier, I can leave now.
I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Thanks for the warning, sir. I appreciate your concern. Ooh, okay. Sometimes the loading screen carries on for a bit and I start sweating, but we're good. We're all good. Oh, that was a squirrel. Hello. Okay, and hold on. I am actually going to save here. It's been a hot minute since I've saved. Alright, and it's wolf time. This shouldn't be too difficult at all. Alright, and I'm gonna let them handle it actually, because I think they have it under control. There you go. Alright, good job, boys. You will be delighted to know that I have looted everything while you were, you know, dealing with that. Alright, and there's all these fellas. I think there's one that's alive. Aha, dying soldier. Stay alive for just a second, please.
Who is that? Grey Wardens?
Indeed.
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks, is he?
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
Let's try to bandage him up at least.
I have bandages in my pack.
Thank you. I've got to get out of here.
Ah yes, this is fulfilling my power fantasy. Helping random strangers.
An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Calm down, Sir Jory. We'll
What
be
was the
fine if
noise?
we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the Horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. We should go back.
And Sir Jory is already having doubts. I'm curious. That's gonna be relevant later. Overcoming these dangers is part of our test, though.
That's true.
Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
Look at Alistair being the authority. Good for him. Ooh, and then, poor cow. I'm very sorry for you, bovine creature. I'm not sure exactly what direction or what order I want to do all the Kakari wild stuff in, so we're just gonna walk around. I see there's something sparkling.
As you say.
Resolved. If there are sparkles, I will hit it. That much I can promise. And this is definitely Wolf Village, Wolf Town. Off we go down the pathway littered with corpses. Because being utterly unfazed by death is surely one of the Grey Warden requirements. Oh, sparkles, sparkles. Hello. And then, give me a second. Y'all, I see there's enemies, but there's elf fruit. Okay. Now, we can contend with the enemies.
Very well.
And then I can bop this one. Alright, and they're gonna run immediately up there. Look at everyone go. Absolutely incredible. Excellent work, folkses. Alright, and I see we got loot over here. This is really important. 56 copper. Imagine what I would have done without that. How would I have survived? Okay, and I feel like there's a corpse in the reeds somewhere. And most embarrassingly, I have forgotten exactly where it is. Is it over here? Aha! There it is. I never forgot, actually. Letter to Jogby. Oh, hold on. I am actually gonna read that one because I miss it. I miss it so often. Doop, 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 doop. Quest related. Here it is. My dearest son, it pleases me that you wish to follow in my footsteps and bring the Maker's word to the unenlightened. I wish you had chosen a less dangerous place to do so. Apologies for leaving early for the Wild Sun, but I wanted to set up camp and get things started. The chastened respect one with survival skills in the wild, so I hope to get a grip on that before you arrived, and maybe establish an agreement with a local tribe so that we had friends when you came. When you reach the wilds, you'll find it difficult to navigate. I have listed certain landmarks below. If you follow them, they will lead you to a location I've scouted out where I've left you some supplies. If you're lost, try to get back to that spot and I'll find you. The landmarks are as follows, beginning at the entrance to the wilds from Ossigar. Look for a tree leaning on a ruined building. Pass under a fallen tree bridge. Past a submerged tower on the right, look between a high ruined arch and a mossy standing stone, walk along a path of roots and stones. Look for 2 large statues with a chest between them. There you will find our meeting point. I love you, Jogby, my son. I hope to see you soon. Your father, Rigby. You probably won't be seeing anyone soon, but it sure is a nice letter with, nice directions for a random stranger who stumbles across your corpse to follow your super secret meeting spot. Imagine if that's what actually ended up happening with that letter. Oh, sparkles. Vial of Darkspawn blood. That is what we're looking for. That, I believe, is the tree quote-unquote bridge with corpses suspended from it, you know, as one does. Death roots. That's a friendly sounding plant. Oh, wait, and hold on, I've walked past sparkles. I shall do it. More blood, which is exactly what we're looking for. We always want more blood, goodness.
Look there. Poor slobs. That just seems so excessive.
It does seem excessive, doesn't it? I am in full agreement with Alistair on this particular issue. Alright, what's our map? What's our map looking like? I know there's stuff to do. I just definitely do not remember where all of it is off the top of my head. I'm trying to not go where I'm supposed to go. Hello. You guys sure are way up there. Oh. Alright, we have a frontliner. I need to get up here and do something about these. And probably drink a health poultice because ow. Aha! Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3, easy. Give me all of your money. And all of your acid flasks. And all of your darkspawn blood. I demand everything. Sacrifices. And then there's this spot over here. Cool. And hopefully my team is behind me. Going in alone for this kind of thing is kind of suboptimal. Hello, sir. Can I break line of sight? What a thing. It would be awfully embarrassing if I died here, so I'm gonna try not to do that. Excuse me, I was about to do that to you? Rude? I'm the only one who can shield back, obviously. Please, please drink. I'm begging you. There you go. And the level up! Hallelujah! Alright, the last straggler. Doesn't stand a chance. Give me everything. And I think we will be coming back here. There is a stash. I don't think I have access to it yet. Oh, and the chest. And I can open it. God, it feels good to be able to open a box.
Very well.
You don't know what you're missing out on until you just encounter unopenable box after unopenable box. Then it really becomes a luxury. Alright, and I don't think there's anything up here except for the nice view. Alright, did I get another quest related? Aha! I did! Signs of the Chastened. The Chastened barbarians are nothing if not clever. They have hidden markers and signs in the arrangements of stones and rubble along the paths of the wilds. In this way, they mark trails, note places of interest, and even give warnings in a way that outsiders cannot understand. Interestingly, these markers look indistinguishable from a regular pile of stones. I have dedicated my time to deciphering these signs, and I believe I am close to a breakthrough. The trail markers seem to point to a hoard or a location used for secret storage among the Chastened. I have only found a portion of the message, however. I think that if I could complete the message, find all of the trail markers, I can find this cache and see what treasure the Chastened have to hide. I have found one such marker near this camp, under a fallen tree leaning against the ruins. Each marker seems to point to one or two others. I hear rumors that a darkspawn horde is coming. I hope I can find this treasure before it's too late. Ah, sweet Rigby. If only you knew what awaited you. And then... that is one of the Chastened trail signs. We will figure it out. If we just walk everywhere, we will discover all secrets. Everything will become clear. Just keep on walking. Alright, which direction am I going? This is a new direction and we desire a new direction, so off we go. This away. And that sure is a leaning tree. Oop! And that sure is a flower! For Sigma Bari! Oh, and darkspawn noises. Hello. That was fun. I definitely did not forget to level up. That was calculated. I calculated, you know, leaving it for the opportune moment. That's what we're doing. What do I want so far? I think deflecting missile attacks might be handy. Because those arrows hurt, especially when I'm getting shot at by 4 of them.
As you say.
Because I am way ahead of my party in the thick of a bunch of archers. Yes, that seems like it would help that problem. Somewhat.
That flower, white with a red center. The kennel master Ostagar was asking about those.
Why did he want them? I know exactly why, but tell me, I want to hear it from your mouth, damn it.
The kennel master said this flower can help dogs that get sick from biting darkspawn.
This is the noblest cause.
He was offering a reward if someone went into the wilds and brought him one. Might want to think about it is all.
I am definitely thinking about it. Heck yeah. We're gonna go save the dogs. I cannot think of anything more valuable to do with my time. Now I'm paranoid that there's gonna be something. I'm pretty sure. Aha, there's wolves. There's wolves that are coming over here. Look at them. Hi, wolf. Come at me. Oh, alpha wolf. Oh, well, still There's Jory over there getting chewed on by that wolf. Goodness.
As you say.
I think he's fine. He'll live. Nobody worry. Yeah, the state of his health doesn't concern me unduly. And we have found a box, and most mercifully, it is an unlocked box with stuff. Splint mail. Okay, I'm already wearing a splint mail. Farewell letter to Jogby. Oh goodness, this is a whole odyssey. My dear son Jogby, I fear this is the last letter I will write you. I have had difficulty finding the Chastened to bring them the Maker's word. I have, however, seen evidence of their passing. They appear to have left this area in great haste, possibly fleeing the so-called Darkspawn that are rumored to be gathering in the wilds in ever greater numbers. I have left you a weapon and everything else I can spare, my son. I will try to find you once I have found a safe place. I only hope that you will be safe. With luck, we will meet again. If you see her, tell your mother that I love her, and take care of our family. Your loving father, Rigby. Aw. Well, I guess he caught on to the inevitability of his fate at the end, so he wasn't completely oblivious. I like how he put Darkspawn in quotation marks, you know, as though they're not, like, actually Darkspawn, just, you know, they're a concept. What a bizarre thing, Darkspawn. Certainly not the things that are gonna kill maybe me. Definitely a lot of people. Which way am I going? Ooh. The right way if I hear enemies. Hold on. Priorities. Elfers first. And then we hit things. And this is not another one. Oh, whoa. Gimme. Hi, there's infighting! Not the wolves! Have you no respect for the wildlife? And now we annihilate the wildlife, I suppose. Goodbye. Oh, there's actually way more. Whoops. I didn't notice that. Bonk. And I don't even need to lift a finger for that one. Ah ha ha. Mission success. Okay. And then we loot everything. I want all of these wolf pelts. Thank you. And venom, if I'm feeling really ambitious, I might even pay attention to venom. And here is Missionary Rigby. His last will and testament. Do I have a key? No, I sure don't. That's fine. That's fine by me. Alright, well, let's finish his odyssey. To whoever finds this note, this is the last will and testament of Rigby the missionary, proud speaker of the Maker's word. I have come to the wilds to speak the chant, but I fear I will die here at the hands of the Darkspawn. I leave all that I came with to my wife Jetta. Should the reader of this note feel charitable, I have buried a sealed lockbox in our camp, nestled in a Tevinter ruin in the western reaches of the wilds. It is my will that this lockbox finds my wife in Redcliffe, and that it is still sealed shut when it reaches her. To my wife and my son, I apologize that my work has taken me from you, but I know that I die in service to the Maker. Rigby. Well, I don't... If you think it's productive, I guess it's productive. Can you open things, Tabith? Oh no. No, I thought I had a workaround. But nay, that's okay. That's fine. I didn't want whatever was in that box anyways. Aha. And these are definitely openable boxes. The open boxes. Yep. More chest. Wooden crate. Gimme, 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 gimme. Need more stuff to sell when I get back to camp. First and last night in camp, I'm gonna be selling the entire inventory that I get from the Kokari Wilds. I kinda wish I could move the map to look around, but I'm asking too much. It's okay. I just have to walk. Goodness forbid, walking. Can you imagine? Having to explore on your own 2 feet. The horror. Okay, this is an unexplored direction. And it's saving, which is always a good sign. I don't know, maybe I should loop back and get the lock box. Oh. Hello, you. I know you're gonna lead me into a trap. I'm gonna come back for you. Don't rest easy. I will leave you waiting with bated breath in terror. Know that your doom returns. I just have a box. I really want to get before I do anything else. Okay, it's a very important box. I've been tasked with this from a note on a dead guy. It is of critical importance to my power fantasy. Oh, and I missed a sparkly. It's a good thing we came back. I think this is the spot. Please tell me this is the spot. I don't want to have to backtrack again. Yeah, it is. Alright, we found the iron lockbox. We are going to take it and keep it closed. Just like the note asked us. Continue. Alright, mission accomplished. Okay. I think that's taken care of. So next we go all the way back. I don't think there's anything else. I found the box. I found the other box between the statues. I know there's like the pile of ashes, but I think that's further in. And now we go fight the mage with the infernal traps. How clever of them. Really, all the stringing up people is so grotesque. Look at these poor folks. Just the lack of class. Rules of engagement, Darkspawn. Have you no respect? I also I don't have any range, so, or wait. Unless I do. Can I do this? Is this worth it? Oh, I can hit it. That's something. I've never switched Luef weapon sets in my life. That is so crazy. And now we have to go in further, and the music is still gonna play. Do I remember where all the traps are? Indeed I do. Better that that hits me and not everyone else. Alright, Alistair's got it. I can get this one. Alright, on the ground with you. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go interrupt this fella. Pretty sure they've got that under control. Oh, the bandits came to help me. Thanks a bunch, fam. Alright. And my health is low, but I'm not dead. The only point of HP that matters is the last one, as they say. Darkspawn staff. Someone might get use out of that. Oh! Oh! This is the ashes, fella. I forgot you had to, like, pick it up. Crazy. Okay, quest related. A pinch of ashes. Torn from a book on local myths and legends. The Korkari wilds are rife with legends and myths that have amazed and confounded scholars since the fall of Ostagar in ancient times. One such mystery lies behind the tale of Astia and Nebunar, two young lovers who lived in Ostagar. The legend says that Astia grew up in the company of Gazarath, a spirit of the earth bound to an overhang on the bank of a lake in the Korkari wilds. Gazarath began to fancy her, and they spent much of their days together talking and laughing. Over the years, however, Astia became a woman and began to seek the company of men. When Astia met Nebunar, the two fell in love, and Astia hoped to bring her lover to see her spirit friend. But the spirit, angered and jealous, bade her begone. Gazarath told her that she would never see it again until she brought her lover's ashes and sprinkled them over their spot. Astia was horrified, and she fled from the enraged spirit, but she began to miss Gazarath, and on the day Nebunar asked her to marry him, she cut her beloved's throat, burned him, and brought his ashes to Gazarath, knowing that their marriage would forever sever her ties to her dear spirit friend. There are legends among the chastened that Gazarath still haunts the lake, and that those who sprinkle the ashes of the deceased over the right spot can summon the spirit. In memory of the contract with its beloved Astia, Gazarath will grant a single wish and then vanish, never to be heard from again. A note is scribbled in the margin beneath the page. Marcus, I think this is real. If you take the ashes I gave you and scatter them over a pile of rocks on an overhang overlooking that half-sunken Tevinter dome, maybe Gazarath will appear and give you a wish. If the battle takes you there, I think it's worth a try. He's so optimistic, and he's also, well, he's correct that the thing will show up at least. You know, he's got that part. Okay, can I see the dome? I know the ashes go somewhere. Oh, ah, ha, ha, ha. I found it. I know exactly where everything is in here. Actually, I just don't have any confidence. Alright, everybody, I think we're ready. We're ready for this. We're gonna sprinkle the ashes. And haha! I guess he's not granting a winner, which is unfortunate. I feel a little bad for Sword Fury. I said I didn't care about him earlier, but you know, I may as well make his last moments pleasant. Wow, rude. I hope you would attack, not me. Come on, there you go. Alright, pile of rags. We got chainmail, which is probably good for me.
It is begun.
Enchanter's footing. Well, that's good for a mage. We might even be getting a mage here soon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I would wear helmets if I could turn them off, but alas, I am entirely, entirely too fond of seeing faces for that. Okay, and I think this is an improvement. Hey, mission accomplished. Off we go. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's not much else to be doing in the wilds besides killing all these other folks, I guess. Hold on. Can I hit you from here? Alistair, everyone else, go in. I'm a tank. I just enjoy a little bit of ranged combat in my free time. Haha. I'm gonna switch. Alright, someone's going after the archer. That's good. And it is stunnable. Alright, cool, and he's still alive. Goodness. I'm trying to take care of y'all, okay, as best I can. That's a lot of blood. It sure is, Alistair. In fact, that is entirely what we came here for.
It shall be done.
Ooh, we got arrows. We got bolts. Hasty things. Implements of death. Okay, and this I'm pretty sure is like right where Morrigan shows up. So, gonna do one last sweep. Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything important. I'm pretty sure this doesn't actually go anywhere. There's all those dog saving flowers. Yeah, Lester.
We still need to find those documents, if they're even here.
Oh, they're around.
Yes?
Yes.
We still have to find those documents. I've never heard of a tower that stood for more than 10 years in this forest.
You've got new
Hey,
dialogue.
I'm following you, aren't I?
Since, you know, we picked up the blood, but we haven't picked up the documents. They got slightly different things to say.
We should find those documents. Although if they were so important, why leave them out here?
Your joy raises a good
Indeed.
question. I guess because they're magically sealed. And it'll be fine sitting out in the wilderness. Oop, I was about to miss that. Goodness, I can't believe myself. Imagine missing 40 copper thingies. How would my finances ever recover from such a blow? Alright, we're gonna meet the wife. We're gonna meet the best girl. We're gonna meet the mistress, the madame of my heart. After I pick this death route. Hopefully she's impressed by my thoroughness. And I guess I am gonna save here just because. Why not? This is an auspicious moment.
I shall do it. Well, well. What have we here? Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey? What say you, Scavenger or intruder?
I'm actually a mega fan of yours if I was forced to identify, but I guess, well, goodness, what's the best thing to say to her here? What's the most impressive thing? I gotta give her a good first impression. I am neither. The Grey Wardens once owned this tower. That seems at least not utterly unreasonable.
'Tis a tower no longer. The wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse.
She's right.
I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered? Why are they here?
Good questions.
Now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is...
And there it is. The moment.
She's a witch of the wild, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there. Women do not frighten like little boys. Tell me your name and I shall tell you mine.
Oh, she's so polite. She's so cordial. I love her. I'm Melissa. It's a pleasure to be you.
Now that is a proper civil greeting, even here in the wilds.
She's impressed.
You may call me Morrigan. Shall I guess your purpose?
I love her.
You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
She gets
Here
right.
no longer. You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
How very eloquent. How does one steal from dead men?
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
Ah, look at her. Queen. Then who removed them? Would you kindly tell us?
'Twas my mother, in fact.
She will. Can you take us to her?
There is a sensible request. I like you.
I like you too.
I'd be careful. First it's, I like you, but then zap. Frog time.
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you.
Absolutely. It pleases me greatly. Lead the way, madame. For the record, I'm definitely using Morrigan. She is always a staple in all my parties. She's I think she's brilliant. Especially getting to befriend her. There's nothing like it.
Greetings, Mother. I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Davith. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will.
Sadly irrelevant,
and
she
what
says.
Are you? Does your woman's mind give you a different viewpoint? Or do you believe as these boys do?
I'm not sure what to believe. That's the wise answer yet.
A statement that possesses more wisdom than it implies. Be always aware. Or is it oblivious? I can never remember. So much about you is uncertain, and yet I believe. Do I? What? It seems I do.
So this is a dreaded Witch of the Wilds.
Witch of the Wilds, huh? Morrigan must have told you that. She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it.
Look at poor Morrigan in the background.
They did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True. They came for their treaties, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
Oh, they're so generous.
Oh, you protected them?
Yeah.
Why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this blight's threat is greater than they realize.
Wow. Thank you so much. I don't know if I can thank her and ask a question. But I'm curious. What do you mean the threat is greater?
Either the threat is more, or they've realized less. Or perhaps the threat is nothing. Or perhaps they realize nothing. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
Follow me, she says, sounding so strange. She's like, yes, yes, I will take you. She suffers our presence, but one day she will come to love it. Interesting that pride demons are the strongest. Huh. Hello, officer.
Aren't we receiving a large number of reinforcements from the Grey Wardens in Orlais soon?
Hey, you talked to me earlier.
Hail.
Hail.
Be careful, there's more than Darkspawn out there, you know.
I just got back, actually, sir. Thanks for actually talking to me. It means a lot.
It's good to have Grey Wardens amongst us. With their help, perhaps we can push these things
You
back.
can try. Hey, soldier.
Hail to you.
Hail. Alright, I got a flower, sir.
Greetings. Are you one of the Grey Wardens that went into the wilds? Did you happen to see any white flowers?
I saw a bunch of them, actually.
I don't know for sure that the flower will aid my poor hounds, but it's worth trying. I have, let's see, 20 silver to offer as a reward for it.
Aw. I'm gonna be super nice. I'm gonna be like, a reward's not necessary.
You're very generous. Thank you for your help.
I have enough
You
money.
won't lose as many hounds today as I'd feared.
I got the backpack. That's the most important part. Hi. Hey, quartermaster. I have some stuff for
Hello
you.
again. Is there something you need?
Gifts.
Some supplies, perhaps?
Gifts for you.
Let me know what you'd like.
I probably can sell some of these potions. I may not need them for a while. Pretty sure I don't need this. Garnet. A lore spar. That's a thing. Alright, we are selling all these wolf pelts. For sure. Look, this is I feel like a whole 1 gold is worth it. Actually, concentrated venom recipe. I don't know if I should actually buy any recipes at this point, if that's worth it, if it's not. Who knows? There's fire bolts and fire arrows. These are better. They're the same. Darkspawn staff. I don't know if that's actually good for Borgid or just not. Mabari crunch. I'm not really gonna need Mabari stuff because as much as I love Darkspawn, he's not gonna be a staple member in my party. I'm sorry to say, the competition is pretty fierce. I have a whole 2 gold though, so like I'm just saying. Maybe I'll get this. I'll get that. Okay. I think that's enough. That's enough stuff. And alas, I can't get into this box because I didn't pester the guy who's about to die for an award.
Welcome, young woman.
Hello, I see
Goodbye.
your dialogue is the same. You
Back
win.
again? Don't the Grey Wardens need you? Off you
Yeah.
go. I have preparations to
Yeah,
enter the battle.
they do, but I'm just kind of poking around, you know, while I still have the chance.
Greetings. King Cousland is not in his tent right now.
He's not in his tent.
As you wish.
Okay, well, nothing to see here. Hey, you guys are still up here, working hard. Standing around a campfire. Here's a big fire up here.
So there's supposed to be more of these Grey Wardens coming, I hear.
Petron said they were all legions.
Petron. That's a name I've not heard before.
If my pa wasn't already in his grave, that'd have put him there.
You think they'll leave once this is done? If we ask them nice?
If they don't, then we keep on fighting, I guess.
I'd rather fight them painted fogs than these darkspawn. That howling of theirs gives me nightmares, it does.
Alright, and I think that's all their dialogue. Okay, I didn't know that they disperse once their ambient dialogue is finished. Hi.
Excuse us.
I think that one definitely has a chip on her shoulder about the whole or legion occupation thing. Okay, can I, hey guys.
Yes?
What should we do?
We got everything, so let's go back. I'm hungry.
Aw,
Hey, I'm
he's
following
hungry.
you, aren't
I wish I could give him a sandwich.
Let's get back to Duncan quickly. If we wait too long, you won't be able to swing a dead cat without hitting a darkspawn.
Again, with the dead cats. Everyone so does like their dead cat sayings around here.
I'm ready.
What do you think we should do, Sir Jory?
We should go back to Duncan. If we are fortunate, we've completed the joining and all passed.
Oh, you poor
Indeed.
thing. I wish it were so. Hey, Bark Spawn. You should avert your eyes away from what's about to happen.
So you returned from the wilds. Have you been successful?
We sure were.
Good.
Ah.
I've had the Circle mages preparing. With the blood you've retrieved, we can begin the joining immediately.
Now will you tell us what this ritual is about? And what if we have second thoughts? No, I'm going to be assured of myself and be like, will you tell us? I'm pretty sure Alistair's gonna mention Morrigan and her mother anyway.
I will not lie. We
Maybe,
Grey
or
Wardens
maybe
pay
not.
a heavy price to become what we are. Fate may decree that you pay your price now, rather than later.
Is that why the joining is so secret?
If only such secrecy were unnecessary, and all understood the necessity of such sacrifice.
Curious.
Sadly, that will never be so.
Let's go then. I'm anxious to see this joining now.
I agree. Let's have it done.
Then let us begin. Alistair, take them to the old temple.
Never mind, Alistair does not mention it actually. Humph.
The more I hear about this joining, the less I like it.
Are you blubbering again?
Why all these damn tests? Have I not earned my place?
Maybe it's tradition. Maybe they're just trying to annoy you.
Nope, you gotta be able to handle the juice. If you can't, you're not Grey Wooded material. There's nothing we can do about it now.
I only know that my wife is in Highover with a child on the way. If they had warned me, it just doesn't seem fair.
Would you have come if they'd warned you? Maybe that's why they don't. The Wardens do what they must, right?
Including sacrificing us?
I'd sacrifice a lot more if I knew it would end the Blight.
But we don't know that. Not yet.
Don't we? The Grey Wardens have saved the world from Darkspawn before. I'd say they know better than anyone what it takes. You saw those Darkspawns tonight. Wouldn't you die to protect your pretty wife from them? Maybe you'll die. Maybe we'll all die. If nobody stops the Darkspawn, we'll die for sure.
I've just never faced a foe I could not engage with my blade.
At last, we come to the joining. The Grey Wardens were founded during the First Blight, when humanity stood on the verge of annihilation. So it was that the first Grey Wardens drank of Darkspawn blood and mastered their taint.
We're going to drink the blood of those creatures.
Delicious.
As the first Grey Wardens did before us, as we did before you. This is the source of our power and our victory.
Those who survive the joining become immune to the taint. We can sense it in the Darkspawn and use it to slay the Archdemon.
Whoa, crazy, radical. If we're not sure about this.
Since the beginning, the Grey Wardens have been charged with finding those who was strong enough to attempt the joining and recruiting them into our ranks for the good of all. Not all who drink the blood will survive, and those who do are forever changed. This is why the joining is a secret. It is the price we pay. We speak only a few words prior to the joining, but these words have been said since the first. Alistair, if you would.
Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand vigilant. Join us as we carry the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten, and that one day we shall join you.
Davith, step forward. I'm sorry, Davith. Step forward, Jory.
But I have a wife, a child. Had I known...
There is no turning back.
No. You ask too much. There is no glory in this.
I am sorry. But the joining is not yet complete. You are called upon to submit yourself to the taint for the greater good. From this moment forth, you are a Grey Warden. It is finished. Welcome.
2 more deaths. In my joining, only one of us died, but it was horrible. I'm glad at least one of you made it through.
How do you feel?
I'm just a hunky-dory. Was stabbing that one guy really necessary?
Jory was warned that there was no turning back, as were you all. When he went for his blade, however, he left me no choice. It brought me no pleasure to end his life. The Blight demands sacrifices from us all.
If you say so.
Thankfully, you stand here as proof they are not all made in vain.
Did you have dreams? I had terrible dreams after my joining.
Such dreams come when you begin to sense the Darkspawn, as we all do. That and many other things can be explained in the months to come.
Before I forget, there is one last part to your joining.
Oh, excellent. There's
you take
more.
some of that blood and put it in a pendant. Something to remind us of those who didn't make it
Of
this far.
some very avoidable sacrifices.
Take some time. When you're ready, I'd like you to accompany me to a meeting with the king.
What kind of meeting, Brazel?
The king is discussing strategy for the upcoming battle. I am not sure why he has requested your presence. The meeting is to the west, down the stairs. Please attend as soon as you're able.
I think he just really likes Grey Wardens, and the more the merrier. Woohoo! Okay, I love after that traumatic experience, because we just cannot catch a break with the blood in the death and the craziness. Hold on, I need to make sure I have enough for the persuasion stuff whenever it shows up, but it's not showing up this time, I think, so it should be good. Interesting. I both of these are aggro pulling, but one's an activated, one's a sustained. I guess I'll do. What? I don't really need it. I don't really need it though, because I'm gonna be with Alistair for a while. Shield balance. Meh. I'll do it. Why not? Oh, next. Oh, hey, I got another point. I noticed that. Then I guess we'll do shield defense. That works for me. Alright, strength and dex on the dog. Oh, and he has little doggy abilities. Oh, a stun. A stun sounds very helpful. Most excellent. Okay, well, we survived that piece of work. I think I am probably gonna go for a break here soon. What do you have to say about this, Alistair?
If the king wants to see you and Duncan, you probably shouldn't keep him waiting. He might get mad, start crying. You'll feel bad, and well, it won't be pretty.
God forbid we make the king cry. Can you imagine that? Hey, Win, still got nothing for me?
Back again? Don't
yeah.
the Veilguards need you?
Yeah, they do need me, I guess. Okay. But here, let me I'll let her finish that line. Don't let me cut you off, queen. Okay, let's see, Codex. I have some new Codex entries in here that I should probably read real quick. A mercifully short one. Morrigan, witch of the wild, such idle fantasies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? Of herself, Morrigan says little. She does not deny being a witch of the wilds, but beyond that, everything about her is in question, aside from the fact that I love her dearly. And we have a whole lot of creatures, but again, mercifully tiny. These are the most common darkspawn in the underground. Stocky and tough genlocks are notoriously difficult to kill, even by magic. And then we have the Hurlocks. Smaller than their genlock cousins, the Hurlocks are roughly of human size, but are possessed of considerable strength and constitution. The shock troop of the darkspawn, a single berserking Hurlock, can often be a match for numerous opponents at once. They are known to adorn themselves with roughly carved tattoos to keep track of their kills and deeds, though it is unknown whether or not there is a uniform standard to these markings. Alphas. Alpha Hurlocks are more intelligent and more skilled fighters, often serving as commanders or even generals. And then the emissaries. Hurlock emissaries have also been known to appear during a blight. These darkspawn are the only ones recorded as being capable of human speech and are often capable of employing magic. Ooh, and then the Shade has a whole entry. It has often been suggested that the only way for a demon to affect the world of the living is by possessing a living or once living body, but this is not always true. Indeed, a Shade is one such creature, a demon in its true form that has adapted to affect the world around it. My hypothesis is this. We already know that many demons become confused when they pass through the veil into our world. They are unable to tell the living from the dead, the very static nature of our universe being confusing to a creature that is accustomed to a physicality defined entirely by emotion and memory. Most demons seek to immediately seize upon anything they perceive as life, jealously attempting to possess it, but what of those that do not? What of those that encounter no life or fail to possess a body? What of those that are more cautious by their nature? These demons watch. They lurk. They envy. In time, such a demon will learn to drain energy from the psyche of those it encounters, just as it did in the Fade. Once it has drained enough, it has the power to manifest and will forever after be known as a Shade. Such a creature spurns possession. It instead floats as a shadow across its piece of land, preying upon the psyche of any who cross its path. Perhaps it believes itself still in the Fade. There is evidence to believe this is so. A Shade will weaken the living by its very proximity. If it focuses its will, it can drain a single target very quickly. Some have even been known to assault the minds of a living victim, causing confusion or horror and making the target ripe for the kill. The tragedy of a Shade is perhaps that once it has drained a target whole, its appetite is only heightened rather than slaked. From the journal of the former senior enchanter Malleus, once of the Circle of Ravane, declared apostate in 920 Dragon Age. Hey, so he got real educated on Shades and the Fate and whatnot, and then he went rogue. Good for him. Alright, we have a whole entry on wolves, too. It is rather unfair, the reputation that the wolf possesses in Ferelden. For a people that so clearly adore their hounds, Ferelden simultaneously harbor a distrust of wolves that borders on the unreasonable. Unreasonable, that is, if one were not familiar with the ancient legends regarding werewolves. There was a time in Ferelden's past when demons inhabited the bodies of wolves in great numbers, causing the wars against werewolves and spreading great fear and panic. The werewolves were slain, but even today the noble wolf is still looked upon with distrust. From Legends of Ferelden by Mother Alis of Denerim 910 Dragon. An attack by wolves upon civilized folk happens rarely, often only in times of desperation, and even then only when the wolves have the advantage of numbers. This can change during a blight. When darkspawn rise onto the surface, their presence dramatically alters the savage nature of normal beasts. In blights past, as the corruption of the darkspawn spread through the wilder areas of Thedas, it would infect the animals found there, and the more powerful of them would survive and be transformed into a more vicious and dangerous beast. A blight wolf is one such example, mad with the pain of its infection, and only through the overriding command of the darkspawn does it still retain some semblance of its pack instincts. Blight wolves are always found in large groups and will tend to overwhelm a single target if they can, using their numbers to their advantage. It is fortunate that these creatures rarely survive their corruption for very long. That sure does check out. I caught up on the Codex. Let's do this. Let's go to the meeting. Let's humor the king. He wants me there. Gosh dang it, I'm gonna be there.
Loghain, my decision is final. I will stand by the Grey Wardens in this assault.
You risk too much, Kalen. The Darkspawn Horde is too dangerous for you to be playing hero on the front lines.
If that's the case, perhaps we should wait for the Orlesian forces to join us after all.
I must repeat my protest to your fool notion that we need the Orlesians to defend ourselves.
It is not a fool notion. Our arguments with the Orlesians are a thing of the past, and you will remember who is king.
Oh, he's putting his foot
fortunate
down.
Marek did not live to see his son ready to hand Ferelden over to those who enslaved us for a century.
Then our current forces will have to suffice, won't they? Duncan, are your men ready for battle?
They are, Your Majesty.
And this is the lady from Highever I met earlier? I understand congratulations are in order.
Thanks. Yeah, I definitely feel like being congratulated after surviving the Darkspawn juice through no merits of my own.
Every Grey Warden is needed now. You should be honored to join their ranks.
Your fascination with glory and legends will be your undoing, Kalen. We must attend to reality.
Fine. Speak your strategy. The Grey Wardens and I draw the Darkspawn into charging our lines, and then?
You will alert the tower to light the beacon, signaling my men to charge from cover.
To flank the Darkspawn, I remember. This is the Tower of Ishal in the ruins, yes? Well, who shall light this beacon?
I have a few men stationed there. It's not a dangerous task, but it is vital.
Then we should send our best. Send Alistair and the new Grey Warden to make sure it's done.
Aw, he thinks we're the best. I'll do my best, Your Majesty. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
You rely on these Grey Wardens too much. Is that truly wise?
Enough of your conspiracy theories, Loghain. Grey Wardens battle the Blight no matter where they're from.
Your Majesty, you should consider the possibility of the archdemon appearing.
There have been no signs of any dragons in the wilds.
Isn't that what your men are here for, Duncan?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, the tower and its beacon are unnecessary. The circle
We
of
will not
Magi...
trust any lives to your spells, Mage. Save them for the Darkspawn.
That's nice of you.
Enough. This plan will suffice. The Grey Wardens will light the beacon.
Thank you, Loghain. I cannot wait for that glorious moment. The Grey Wardens battle beside the King of Ferelden to stem the tide of evil.
Yes, Kalen. A glorious moment for us all.
A glorious moment for us all, indeed.
You heard the plan. You and Alistair will go to the Tower of Ishal and ensure the beacon is lit.
What? I won't be in the battle.
This is by the King's personal request, Alistair. If the beacon is not lit, Tern Loghain's men won't know when to charge.
So he needs 2 Grey Wardens standing up there holding the torch, just in case, right?
Where is it exactly? Because it's a question.
The tower is on the other side of the gorge from the king's camp, the way we came when we arrived. You'll need to cross the gorge and head through the gate and up to the tower entrance. From the top, you'll overlook the entire valley.
And where will you be?
I will be fighting beside the king with the rest of the Grey Wardens. Again, at his request. We will signal you when the time is right. Alistair will know.
Oh, hello! Welcome to the party. I am like imminently about to take a break because it's been like 3.5 hours. But hi! And what if the archdemon appears?
We soil our drawers, that's what.
Good
If
plan.
it does, leave it to us. I want no heroics from either of you.
That's what I figured. Are we in any danger? Danger seems like a Captain Obvious question.
Even the best laid plans go awry. So do what you must. I trust you both.
Just not enough to actually fight with the rest of you.
There will be plenty of battles, Alistair. Be patient.
He's right, there will be. How much time do we have to do this critically important task?
The battle is about to begin. Once I leave, move quickly. You'll have less than an hour.
Less than an hour. Can we come with you afterwards? You know, because there's definitely going to be an afterwards.
Stay with the Terran's men and guard the tower. If you are needed, we will send word.
Yeah, I've been talking to everyone and exhausting every single piece of dialogue. So that's what that says. And I'm reading the Codex. Every scrap of information will be had.
Then I must join the others. From here, you two are on your own. Remember, you are both Grey Wardens. I expect you to be worthy of that title.
Duncan, may the Maker watch over you.
May he watch over us all.
Okay, this is probably a good break point. I gotta go get like food and lunch and sustain myself like a normal human being. Can I talk to you?
Let's just get to the tower. It may not be the most glamorous job, but we'd best not dawdle.
Wise words. What does the dog have to say? Happy bark. I think the wisest of us all is on my right, actually. But okay, I'm going to save the game. Alright, and I'm actually going to call it here for now. I might be back later, but I need to take a little bit of a break. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll probably be back. Y'all have a good day.